Welcome guys, welcome. This is Fortress Friday. This is episode 6, I believe. So we're sort of rattling on through. We've left it at a very, very delicate and precarious point in the proceedings here. We're sort of into the second year now. We're in early autumn of 301. So we're a year and a half in, and the merchants have arrived right on top of all of these zombie camels, and so that's where we left it last time. So the merchants will appear here and have to fight their way through the camels, which of course they won't be able to do. So there'll be even more loot. This will be the second year where there's been a lot of loot left out, and we need to get rid of these camels. So we have to look at that, I think, this episode, as to how can we effectively defeat these sorts of creatures. We may have to try to do what we can. We've got one plan, which is to bring the Forgotten Beast. Let's go through all the different invaders, or different hostiles to start with. So we've got a Forgotten Beast locked away down below. We've attached a turkey poult, so a stray turkey poult, to this particular location here, which will then sort of be used to guide the Forgotten Beast into different realms. Now, we don't particularly want to have this door open, this bridge, for the simple reason that that then opens up this sort of area. Now, we're not going to need anyone to go down into here. I could lock that one now just to be absolutely safe. So let's just go and do that. That nothing can get through a hatch when they're coming up. So coming up into a hatch, that nothing can break it. Coming down at the hatch, then anything that can break open furniture can actually do that. Now, there is a bug in the game, and it's been here ever since it released, like, well over a year ago now, is that the Forgotten Beasts are no longer door smashers, and it just seems to be like one setting, unless they've fixed it recently. But this has been driving me nuts, because I'm always planning for when they do fix it. But at the moment, you could have a door here and just lock it, and that Forgotten Beast will not be able to break its way through. Yet if you get a cave ogre or something like that, they can break it. It's a pain in the bum. It's something I really, really dislike, that they've actually got that through there. Now, what we're also trying to do here is to set up a stairwell here. Now, at the moment, what we've done is we've got the dwarves are running around the outside of this area to get access into this staircase. This then goes up. Let's just go up through the staircase to this location. We then are going to be putting a drawbridge which hasn't been built yet. We've got another area for another stray poult there which hasn't been built yet as well. Another one at the back end of this one. So this is ultimately probably where we want to have our Forgotten Beast live. And so we're going to draw it in with the with a bit of food left in through there. That way we're going to then be able to lock it in, and then we can have it. We can do different things with it. We then have this staircase. The reason this staircase is here because it goes up through the, it's a safe way up through everything. We may let it live there. This one goes almost to the top of the fortress. And then we have another access point through here, another chain. This one hasn't been built. This one has been built. So we've got this particular drawbridge in here. So we've got lots and lots of drawbridges to stop the Forgotten Beast. Interestingly, if a Forgotten Beast stands on a drawbridge when you're trying to raise it, it will break the mechanism, and then you'll have to reset the drawbridge. It just means closing it and opening it again, or opening it and closing it, and that way it will close again afterwards. So it sort of just gets sort of stuck. But Forgotten Beasts can't break their way through this. We then have another staircase there. The staircase then goes up, and ultimately will then come back outside of our future fortress. And so that's sort of what we have. At the moment we have a limestone floor hatch, which is the access point down, and this is locked, again, from the outside, and nothing can really break into that one as such, unless they're, again, a door smasher. Which, up through here, over through here where we find all of the camels, these are not door smashers. They're not able to break open furniture. So Kling's saying, is that unique to Forgotten Beasts? Dragons, I think, as well, and the Forgotten Beasts are sort of come in different flavours. You've got Forgotten Beasts themselves. You've got dragons, I think, are heavy enough. It comes down to their weight, their overall weight. Every creature, if we just go back down and go through the hostiles again. So we've got all the camels. We do actually have some undead cave swallow men that actually are also down here, just just leftovers. We can deal with these fairly easily. The Forgotten Beast actually killed these, but they've come back to life, and so they're sort of moving their way through. And we go back to the Forgotten Beast. So the Forgotten Beast, when we have a look at it, it is injured. It got injured by the Cave Swallow people. If we have a look at the, you can see that it's got Cave Swallow blood all over it. Sorry, we'll just go back there again and go back to health. It doesn't have any vision. It came in without vision. Wounds, there's no, like, we don't know any of this, but if we look at the description, a towering eyeless monitor. It has a knobby shell and is ravening. Its cartouche scales are large and close set. Beware its deadly spittle. So it does spit at things with what it has. I didn't see what the spit did. I couldn't figure that out when we were watching the fight. Yeah, those Cave Swallow men back for revenge against the Forgotten Beast. Well, I'm not really too worried about them. They're not really a big issue. So because we're going to be able to defeat them with our military. And so if they get too close to our entrance, they don't know where we are at this stage, those zombies. They're just sort of wandering around. They're not beelining. Some have. Once they get close enough to be able to sense where we are, they then will beeline for what we're doing. But it's not really something that we have to concern ourselves with. So its first toe left front foot is broken. Its first toe left front foot is smashed open. One of its toes. So in the front and the rear there's scarring on it. As its tongue has become scarred from the fights with the Cave Swallow people, and so essentially it's got 2 sore toes and a scar on its tongue. That's pretty much the extent of its injuries, which isn't going to really sort of slow it down too much. Other things we don't find into here, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, because it is part of the actual game itself. But the actual creature has got a whole lot of other aspects to it. There may even be a Dwarf Fortress, a DFHack aspect about how we can sort of look at things. It's not going to show it in there. But there is actually there is a lot more, like the actual like the weight, the size of the creatures are all in here, and it all comes down to weight as to whether it will stop anything from sort of whether it will stop the drawbridge from rising. A human-sized creature won't be able to stop a drawbridge from rising. In fact, the drawbridge will then fling it over, and we've already had this happen once where it actually, when it first came in, it ended up on top of one of the doors, and so if the door actually falls on top of it, it will then atom smash it. So we've got to be a little bit careful that we don't kill off the Forgotten Beast. We also have 6 invaders on the outside. We've got this one here, which is a scout. So this is a Cave Swallow woman blowgunner. This is not undead. This is actually an invasion from below. This is actually very close to where we've got a locked door there. The only things that can actually make their way through here are flying creatures, exactly like this Cave Swallow woman. So she is sort of like the advanced area to come into this region of the fortress. We also then have a door, which we have at the moment unlocked. And I don't think, we don't actually have, we're allowing our forces to go outside because we're trying to build up an area down in here to make it so that we can block off this region so we can get wood, because we don't actually have access to wood. And so this is the way outside this way. We also have, so anyone that's working outside has to come through this door at the moment. We had blocked off things with using copper bars, which is why we're seeing these sorts of areas. But we no longer need that to be the case. So they're, we managed to sort of put doors there because they didn't actually attack. Now we did actually put our military here at that point until we had the door built. The military are now no longer required, so they're actually now just off relaxing until those zombies or the invaders come in a little bit closer. So as we sort of go back through, so people will then sort of, like, there's Atomic Ant, for example, just moving their way through here. Dragon Tealer, they're saying a Cave Swallow woman. Are they supposed to be related to Bird Swallow? To the Bird Swallow? Well, they're cave swallows, but they're actually humanized. So they're the size of a human, but they are cave swallows. This is a Cave Swallow woman, a blowgunner. And so So this one here is a skilled blowgunner. So this one shoots at distance. If we have a look at the health and look at the description. So a feathered man or woman in this case with wings and a head of a bird. It lives underground. She's incredibly quick to heal and extremely agile, but she is flimsy and susceptible to disease. She's incredibly skinny. Her feathers are brown. Her skin is dark brown. Her eyes are black. So that's sort of what we're looking at through there. If we have a look at her... in the game, just to put that into perspective, there's animals. So you've got sort of like basic animals, like whether it be cave swallows or whatever else it might actually be. And in this game, cave swallows are vermin, so they don't actually rate even as actual beasts. The cave swallows don't attack you. There's essentially like mice or rats in the game. Rats also don't hit you. But then you actually have other variants. You have giant creatures. So a giant cave swallow is actually something that could exist, or a giant rat or whatever. That is an actual beast. And then you actually have the humanized forms as well. So in this case, the cave swallow woman. And so she's part of an invasion group that has come in to attack us. So she's the first of them. If we have a look at items, she's they're not wearing clothing as such, but they do actually have a blowgun and blow darts. She's got 5 blow darts and a blowgun is all that she actually has that she controls. Okay, so that's the first one. We've got 6 of the invaders. There's another group of them back through here. So this is actually a cave swallow man blowgunner. We've got a cave swallow man blowgunner back through there as well. Another blowgunner through there and another one through there. So these are so there's a whole lot of males. The female, and there's one more somewhere else as well. This is sort of on the edge of. Oh, there we go. So that's another cave swallow woman spearman. So she's the only melee fighter. She's also, we can actually end up with these in our fortress as actual members of our fortress. So, so she's a diagnostician and appraiser. So she's actually a doctor, but she's a skilled spearman as well. And so she actually has, if we have a look at her items again, a tower cap spear and also a shield. So she's the... We're not going to have any problem with these, to be honest. These are not going to be powerful enough to take us on, but they do fly. So yeah, we just when they come in close, I'm not overly concerned. I'm just keeping on looking on them to see if they move off. So we've got 5 there, and then 1 all the way down, way over here. Actually, where is it? In here. So that's where the other one is. 1 Z layer down. So she's like this scout for that particular group. So they're not really a big concern to us. Again, we've just got to try to get all the dwarves that we have. If we have a quick look at the dwarves. By the way, if anyone does want dwarves named after them, then sing out. We've got most of the... We haven't actually lost anyone for a couple of episodes now, even though we're losing merchants and things upstairs. They're not part of our group. We do actually have some babies that have now come through as well. So we've got a couple of dwarven babies. When these become children is when I'll actually name these. So all of the dwarves in the fortress so far have been named, but if anyone does want them, what I'm doing is keeping a list if there's anything left over. So the next one that we actually end up getting, whether one of these actually grows up into being a dwarven child, because at the moment they're just being dragged around by their parents. But when these become children, I will then name them. And we have Crunch and Red Shirt are the 2 that we currently have that can actually be used. And if we get a migrant group coming through, here we go. Monka Strap has redeemed one as well. It's funny, I thought you already had one. Maybe not. Oh, hang on, you did have one. So Monka Strap is... do you want a dwarf baby? You sure? You don't have to. I can sort of give you something else if you prefer. Just let me know. But if you Monka Strap, if we just go back into the fortress itself, if we go to F3 in around here somewhere, Monka Strap went fishing, I think. Yes, that's right. Monka Strap went out fishing outside, and where are we with that? I think it's further up. What's that one doing there? Stray horse. That's okay. I'd be off saying, do I have one? It's saying reward on cooldown. It's because I used it the other day on Door Kickers 2. No, the cooldown is because Monka Strap has got one. I've got to look to see if I can actually make it less than a minute. I think it's a minute cooldown between... so if somebody actually does do a DasDemption, there's a minute cooldown there. No, baby's fine. I got killed originally. Yes, that's right. So Monka Strap this is actually our burial chambers back in through here, and Munker Strap is one of these. It's testicles. Click. That's a hammer dwarf that was one of the group that came to help out with the merchants the last time around. That's the merchant that was killed, and there's human spearman. So Munker Strap, is that Munker Strap? Yeah, there's Munker Strap there. The engraver is deceased, and so was outside and got caught by the camels, and so killed off. And then we also have like these as well. That's the memorial to Munker Strap, just to keep the ghost that came back away from the fortress. So Dragon Tear Leather is saying there's quite a selection of animal people. Yes, it's the actual list of animal. Like if I go, like to put that into perspective, like if let's just say we capture one of these, they then have to go. They then get placed. And I'll just go to the top of the fortress through here. This is my cage zone where I put all of the creatures that get caught. If I go and click on this one and go to custom, and look at the different types of animals. Now animals include dwarves, goblins, things like that as well. This is the list of them all. So you've got aardvark men, you've got aardvarks, you've got acorn flies in through here, adder men, adders, albatross men. So you can see there's a man version of all of them. The giant versions are still just considered the base ones in through here. But this is it's funny, we don't have alligator snapping turtles men, but a lot of the creatures that do come through are all going to be the man variants as well in through here. So that's just the A's. The list here is very, very large of creatures in the game. This is actually something where you can sort of then start to sort of see the different sorts of things that do come through. So if we have a look at the cave swallows, cave swallow men. Actually, cave swallows can also be added into the actual list in through there. Things like centaurs. It's just heaps and heaps and heaps of different sorts of creatures that can sort of come back through, including pets that we actually have. There's just heaps. Here's all the giant stuff actually. So giant cave swallows is one of them. That's another variant of the actual, and these are massive. Like these are bigger than humans, so they're about as big as a house, I guess. Those sorts of things. Giants themselves. There's just heaps and heaps in this game of what you can actually then sort of have. So, including yetis down the bottom there, worms and worm men. it's just crazy what you can actually have in through here. Dragons actually are in here as well. I'll just the dragons are here. There'll be cave dragons, but also there's another type of dragon. If I do a search for dragon, so cave dragons, dragons in through here. So that's actual groups in through that side. I'll just go and ditch that one. So at the moment, anything we capture in a cage is being placed into this location, along with empty cages as well. So that's why we've got empty cages down through here, ready to reset the cage traps. Elephant seal man, what a fate, says Dragon Deer Leather. Yeah. So. Above saying, listen, I'm just minding my own business down in the earth. There we are. To what end? I'm not sure what you mean by to what end. Can't be me. I've killed plenty. There we are. So I'm not pointing the finger of guilt at the chat. Who are the dwarven soldiers that I got killed? But yes, I am, says Munker Strap. Yes. But why keep them in a cage? Well, they can be all sorts of different things. Like for example, in this case, we've got ourselves a vulture in a cage, but it's not just a vulture. If we have a look at the actual vulture itself, can we look at view? This is a vulture. If I'm trying to see how we can actually have a look at this. There is actually I forget how to do it. We've got another vulture in there, but these are just like, this is a vulture head, as an example. Now, if we do manage to capture the cave swallows and the cave swallow men, they'll end up in here. If we get invaded by necromancers, then, and we do have a necromancer tower nearby, I think. Let's have a look at the overworld, and we'll just centre on our fort. So our fort is right here. I'm pretty sure there's a necromancer tower close by. There it is there. This is the Dwarven Tower of Bell Rings. And so this one here is actually a necromancer tower that's close enough to invaders. And that will, you can see it's a dwarven tower. And so the necromancers that live here are dwarves. And so those dwarves, when they come, will probably have undead dwarves. If we happen to capture any of those in our cage traps, then they will be put into here as there'll be zombie dwarves that will be then caught and brought into this other side as well. You can also have criminals, dwarven criminals. They could come into the fortress. All sorts of different things can actually happen. It's extremely detailed. So yeah, it can be all sorts of different creatures that end up coming through. It's like a petting zoo. Well, we can make use of them. Again, we can ultimately end up with them being bait. We can make traps with them themselves, where we end up with a group of undead, for example, in a location, and then have a door that opens up and have cages of criminals or something, and then open them up and get them to fight the undead or whatever. We can do anything we like, really, with the actual game itself. Now, the merchants are going to try to get through to this trade depot. That's going to be sort of like the thing that will be happening in through here. So that's actually what we're up to at the moment. We do have this bars and blocks. Let's have a look and see how many have we got in here. I've forgotten how to actually look at the detail there. If we have a look at this. Yeah, there's only one block there, only one glass block at this point in time inside there. So we'll just wait until we've got a heap of them. That's going to be what we build our fortress out of. This is going to be made out of glass. So glass is not smashable in the game as such. Like it's a things like wood. Wood doesn't burn. If you make drawbridges out of wood, it's actually strong enough not to burn, etc. So and stone as well. But if you have things that can melt around lava can melt their way through things. So that's where we have to be a little bit careful. But generally during fighting, that doesn't actually happen. Well, let's go and watch what actually happens over through here with the merchants, because the merchants have just come in. This is Olden Silverbill. We also have the Goblin Outpost Liaison. So if you have a look and see where he is. So he's arrived through here. This is actually interesting because this one here is the Goblin Outpost Liaison, Tholidelath from Vukar Dolil has arrived. So what does all that mean? It means that basically he's down here in the southern end, like our fortress is in the middle. The merchants have come in from the other side, but he has arrived over this side. The last liaison got killed here. So again, by the zombie camels on the outside of the fortress. And so in this case, he comes from the mountain homes. So if we have a look at civilizations and have a look, we can then sort of see that there's like blue. These are our civilizations. And so our site government is our local one. This is Tiny Mutant Squid is the expedition leader. Adrian is the militia commander. They're the only sort of nobles that we have in our fortress. We're part of the... This is the Urn of Locks, Dwarven Peace. This is Vukar Dolil, which is where this particular person is coming from. And you'll see there that we've got like a queen. So DasTactic is the Queen DasTactic is in control of our civilization. And there is actually the unnamed Cave Swallow Man civilization somewhere. So so you have no agreements with this land. So they're underground there somewhere, or somewhere around the place. So they're living in the caves, but we don't know exactly where. But this is actually our civilization. So that as we become aware of civilizations, they'll appear in this list. And so this is our upstream. We're part of this particular group. So we have Queen DasTactic. We've got different counts and baronesses of different areas, and then down the bottom there you'll see the outpost liaison is actually a goblin. So Thob has been employed by the groups to actually then represent them and travel the land. Now, all sorts of different backstories and reasons that can be the case. So we don't know exactly why, but but goblins can live peacefully in with the dwarves, and they can actually then take high roles. They can eventually even sort of take over baroness roles or baron roles, whatever it might actually be. So if we can saying hi and saying same run, or do I need a new dwarf? No, you're fine. You've got a dwarf. So no, they've still got pretty much the original group. except for I think it's about four or five kills of the actual group itself. So anyway, that's where he's from. He's from the mountain homes, which are, as you can see, that we've got allies down through this other side as well. Our actual dwarven civilization is not big. So we've got some blue in through there, some blue up through this other side, some blue in through here. This is actually, so our civilization is on the ropes, essentially. There's not that many dwarves in this particular world that was generated. Like other ones will actually have heaps and heaps of them, but in our case we don't. So we have a volcano in the same deserts that we're actually in. Our desert is what's called an animating biome, which is anything that dies, if the body's not pulped or smashed, it will come back to life as a zombie. So that's sort of where we are. That's why we've got the all the different bits and pieces. So this is Thob. We have to open the fortress to get Thob inside. So we'll do that one right now. So it's just, there's nothing bad nearby. So we need to open this up. So we'll just go and make that door passable. That will then allow them to come in. Now, one thing we do actually have is we have all of the, at the moment, unfortunately, we've got the camels on the outside, and we don't want anyone going across to help, and we don't want anyone going across to get too close to these camels because they're not going to be able to deal with it. But I'm thinking I might just watch to see if we start to see anyone come outside. There's a few things that we actually have in through here. If we have a quick look at what we actually have, we've got the cage trap is forbidden. There is actually an active cage trap underneath there. This one is not forbidden. So even though we're seeing it, we've got a 2-hump camel in this particular. This is a 2-hump camel zombie corpse that has been caught from previous incursions, and another one back over here, which is another 1-hump camel. Actually, is that 1-humped? And that's one's 2. Is that different? Yeah, different camels. Different camel types. There we go. So there's two different types of camels in the game as well. I have been saying, I heard yesterday there's an update coming where enemies can burrow into your fort and adding more magic. Yes, there already sort of is. I know that there certainly used to be things where they can do certain things. So that's going to make things pretty interesting. Very, very interesting actually as to how you then go and do that one. I'm not sure exactly when that will come, but that would be fairly dramatic. I'm guessing it'll have to be something that's either turned on or turned off, in the actual game itself. Streamplayer is saying, was curious, did you play Firmageddon after the update with the Tobegan? Yeah, so I haven't played that one, so I can't really comment about that one. Who is the dwarf hanging out with the zombie camels? That is a merchant. So when we have a look across, we've got the outpost Liaison, which has come from the mountain homes. So he's come from the mountain homes and through here. Then over this other side, and so he'll come through and do liaison stuff with us, or diplomatic stuff. Back up through here, we have this. This is Olin the merchant. Now he's not a noble, but he also comes from that location. If we have a look at him, he's essentially like a novice record keeper, organizer, appraiser. He's also a novice gem setter. Is his sort of job. He's a novice. He's got novice areas in through here. His items. He doesn't have anything he's wet. So he's actually come through some sort of rain. Maybe raining outside at the moment. Early autumn, looks like it may be. Yeah, it looks like we've got rainy weather. So this is there's raining in the desert. Health-wise, he's got no health problems. Description, he's thin and scrawny. So that's actually what he looks like. So this is a merchant from the mountain homes. He's coming through with with this particular horse. The horse is overcome by terror because the horse hauling onions is what its job is. It's been stunned at this point in time. If we have a look at its health, description, and so it's literally just come in, and they've arrived right where all these camels are hanging out. So they've actually come in, they've come over the top of a dune, and bang, there they are in amongst all these zombie camels. They're not going to last. There's when something becomes zombified, like the camels in this case, and camels or any sort of horse type creature is difficult to fight anyway within a degree, but zombies essentially are 3 times more powerful than their living counterparts. And so as we start to fight with this one, we're going to, as I press the the full stop, we'll see that there'll be different fighting going on. So we've got fighting going on through here. The two-humped camel is fighting, the horse is fighting, and the merchant is fighting. So they're all now, there's now stuff actually happening. I'll just go and, the caravan has arrived, the outpost liaison has arrived, make beds has been completed. We're going to have different work orders. Huabab needs pigtail seeds, that's okay, and got all those there. So we'll just go with the fight. If we have a look and see from the perspective of the horse, which is underneath here, have a look and see what actually happened. Just in those, I just pressed the full stop key about 6 times. And so, so what actually happened through there is the two-armed camel corpse kicks the horse in the left rear foot with its left foot, but the attack glanced away from it. The two-armed camel corpse charges at the horse. The two-armed camel corpse collides with the horse, and they tangle together and fall over. What we'll now see is, see how there's like a little, below when the horse appears, there's little down arrows. It's showing that the horse is on the ground and is not able to, it's not standing at this point in time. So as things happen to the creatures, that's what's going to happen through there. Back up through here, from this one's perspective, the merchant scratches the two-armed camel corpse in the head, tearing the muscle. The horse pulls the neck, and then yells out, "I've been rained on. I'm quite exasperated." So that's actually what he's yelled out as he's while he's in battling these camels. The two-armed camel corpse attacks the merchant, but he jumps away. He kicks the two-armed camel corpse in the upper body with his left foot, bruising the muscle. So he'll do okay for a small amount of time, ish. If we have a look and see what he's a novice fighter, novice wrestler, so he can sort of move around a little bit. He does have basic skills. If we go to the actual skills and go to combat skills, we'll then sort of see that he's also a novice dodger. He's a level 3 dodger. 3 out of 600 is actually the experience that he actually does have. So he's level 1, which means he's going to be able to jump around. And this is actually quite an important skill for the dwarves. Let's just keep on going forward until we start to see blood. So he's now jumped away again. The horse is also rolled out of the way. The camels are coming through. We're seeing terror from the horse. It's on the ground still. He's still jumping around all over the place. He's not seeing any blood yet. Here comes now. Another human has now arrived. Oh, it's not a human. Another dwarf has now arrived. This is Regoth, the spear dwarf. This is the merchant's bodyguard, and they will follow in. There's usually going to be 2 merchants and 2 bodyguards. So this is the first of the collections. And so now we have Regoth is also now coming back in. So the spear dwarf Regoth is going to do a better job. If we have a look at Regoth and see what's going on through this side, this one's a talented spear dwarf. If we have a look at the skills again and go to combat. So talented spear dwarf in through here, level 6. Very good at shield, very good at armor, very good at discipline, observer, very, very high level dodging. Fighting is different to spearing. Like this one is very good at spearing, but this one is, fighting is more like wrestling to a degree, or basic sort of, in the gutter, sort of punching away. Like wrestling is more about grabbing and grabbing hold. And so there's different aspects to the fighting that does go on as well. If we have a look and see what's happened through here. So this one's now entered. Is it a he or a she? Let's have a quick look and see. Looks like a she. So in this case, she's 83 years old, single-minded, sickly, healthy at this stage. But finding this many of the zombie camels is not going to go well. But with 2 of them, once the other one comes in, if she's going to be, unfortunately, hasn't got really anywhere great to be able to jump away into, but we'll see how she goes. So so over time, she will then be starting to do damage. We'll just go and step forward a little bit. So we're still seeing things jumping around. She's on the ground, but has come straight back up again. You saw that there was like that camel is on the ground. If we have a quick look and see again, it's probably going to be the most interesting. It will be the aspect from what she does. So just in those few little full stops that I've pressed, these are all the ticks in the game. So the ticks are, this is how things actually do work up. She did end up on the ground. So so what's happened through here, it missed. She stabs the 2-humped camel corpse in the left rear leg, fracturing the bone. That's going to slow down whichever camel that actually is. A tendon has been torn, 2-humped camel corpse misses. She then bites the 2-humped camel corpse in the head, tearing the muscle. Now, biting is fighting, so that's actually not using the spear. Latches on firmly. It misses, and then one of the camel corpse charges at the spear dwarf. The two camel corpse collides, and the spear dwarf is then knocked over. But she got up straight away. I saw the little down. You can see that camel there. There's a camel there. Two camels. One of them is on the ground. Has been sort of pushed over. Possibly the one with the left rear leg. Stands up. So this is just from this one perspective. If we have a look at it from the horse is now here. Still stunned, but still able to move. Health-wise, description, lower body is bruised, lower spine is bruised. So it's been able to get away largely unscathed at this point. The merchant, if we look at the history of the merchant, lower right arm is bruised. So so far they've gotten away fairly well with the fighting. But this camel here, we do have a camel on the ground here. If we have a look at the camel corpse, they tangle together and fall over. So, okay, so this one's. Why is that one charging the other camel corpse? I think what may have happened here. This is a previous fight where they killed a human spearman. There's a human spearman corpse right there. So this is a bronze spear. So somebody has died through here. Now, what I'm going to do here is I don't want anyone coming to pick up the skeleton. I'm just going to go to where that location is. When they've got the brackets around the outside, it means that it's forbidden. And we definitely want that to be the case, including the mangled skeleton. So I'm just going to go and forbid that mangled skeleton. See how it's got the curly brackets, sorry. The curly brackets means that it's a forbidden thing, and so I don't want them going and picking up this mangled skeleton. But that's the human spearman that these ones have already killed off. Now, one of these will be a named camel corpse. There it is. So Nastraritu is a named camel which killed off the human before. Two camel corpse in through there, two camel corpse in through there. So one of them is on the ground, possibly from the previous fight as well. But they seem to be attacking each other for some reason, and I'm not sure why. So they tangle together. Then it attacks the merchants, but he jumps away. The two camel corpse attacks the horse, but she jumps away. So the horse is also jumping away from everything that's going on. Let's just keep it going for a little bit longer and just see what actually happens. So again, was on the ground there briefly. Come on, get away, get away. Blood, we now have blood. So you can see through here that there's actually a pool of Olin's dwarven blood, if we have a look at Olin himself. So we've got two camel corpses on top of where Olin is. Heavy bleeding. And we can have a look to see what's happened. Now, previously he only had a bruised arm. If we look at health and then description, this is now what's happened just in those other few clicks that's actually happened through there. So his hand has been smashed open. Right hand is running with his own blood. His right hand is bruised. Third toe is broken, so it's now got a broken foot. So he's now no longer going to be able to move very quickly. His right ankle is bruised. So at the moment, he is now in a really, really bad state. Look at the status. Heavy bleeding. Ability to stand has been lost because of the broken foot. Grasp has been somewhat impaired because of the broken hand. So we've got motor nerve damage and we've got sensory nerve damage. That's his status, his health status. So he is in trouble. The horse ultimately is bruised. That's all at this point in time. And if we have a look at this one through here, healthy, description, and no damage done yet with her. So she may be able to kill off a couple of these camels. You can see some of them on the ground, and they're all over them. Olin is not going to survive this, so let's just keep on going forward. There should be another one coming back in. That's now jumped away. If we look at the spear dwarf, Olin is dead in reality. So we've got now the named camel corpse, the one that killed the human, is now on top of Olin. So Olin is in trouble, and then Regoth is the spear dwarf. So we'll keep it going. There should be another merchant arriving any time now. Moving way even further. Oh, here we go. Something's just happened. You'll notice that this is two-humped camel corpse teeth. And if we have a look to see again what's happened with her, in fact, we can do it from either her or what's happened previously. And so in this case, the spear dwarf stabs the two camel corpse in the teeth with their bronze spear. The severed part sails off in an arc. And so what we'll see is, as I click it, the teeth of the camel's teeth will end up spraying around all over the place. And so that is, like, even including over the top of Regoth. These can actually even go up through Z layers. So you see how we're not seeing anything there, but on the next Z layer up, the teeth have literally exploded into the everywhere around. If we go one layer up, we're not seeing them, but we may see them if I go and press another couple of these. There we go. Look, it's still gaining height. This is actually now another Z layer above. And so they're arcing away. We're no longer sort of seeing them from the actual fight itself. We're seeing them arcing, or they're going to end up all over the place, all these camel teeth. So that was a big smash. And so this particular camel here, if we have a look at its health and its description, so its ability to stand has been somewhat impaired from the attacks that have gone through. Yeah, unfortunately with zombies it's very hard to see because they lose all their fat, they lose all of their, they may have still some skin, but usually they lose like most of what they have, and they're just mainly just sort of skeletons. Yeah, upper body bears a tiny curving scar from something else that had happened. Who knows? Her brain is gone, her teeth are gone. So the teeth are now gone because of this particular attack. And so that's actually sort of gotten rid of that particular, what we're seeing through there. Olin is still going to be, Olin is dead, basically. It's now come down to whether the horse can get away or not. The horse should drop its load here because with its what it's carrying. It says it's only hauling onions. It may have already dropped. I'm not seeing anything else that's been dropped there. It won't just be onions, surely. Onions will be part of what it's carrying. Hauling onions, yeah. There should be more stuff. If we go to items. Oh, here we go. This is so it's got onions, and it's hauling all sorts of other things as well. Lots and lots of food, cheese. This is what's in the pack. So this is stuff that would be coming into the fortress for trading. Plump helmets. This is stuff that's going to be useful ultimately for us. Spinach leaves. Yeah, and then down to goat's cheese, etc., etc. So that's actually what's coming in with the merchants. Let's keep it going a bit further through here. Olin is on the ground. This one's now on top. We'll start to see teeth coming back down to ground in through here. So they're still fighting in through this other side. So Regoth and the one without teeth. Still more teeth are arriving on the ground. They've now sort of gone up and across. Got another alert. Yep, so Olin has now been found dead. So Olin has been smashed. Now, if it's here, it's Olin's mangled corpse. So I'm just going to go back into this one, go to the actual corpse there, and click on it, and just forbid it for now, because again, I don't want any of my dwarves coming outside. Let's have a quick look over it. It's been very, very fast to get to this point. Where are we? We're down from here. There may be dwarves coming out to set the traps. See how these guys are. This is Cameloid is loading a cage trap. We've got one loading a cage trap. We've got this is Tiny Mutant Squid loading a cage trap, and we have Sev loading a cage trap. What these guys are doing is going to empty cages, and they're going to come outside now that we've opened up the fortress and start to build the cage traps that are in here. These ones aren't loaded. What you need is 2 mechanisms and a cage for it to be loaded. So that one there has got the cage and the mechanisms, so that's one is ready to go. And that's been, I then set these, once these have been done, I set these to forbidden, just so that we actually, so that nobody will go out and play with them afterwards. So as they get loaded, these don't have the cages yet, so we need to bring the cages into those traps, and that will be ideal. That way we'll be able to capture a lot of these over time. So, yep, so Olin has been found dead. If we just go back across to the where the fight was taking place again, there should be another merchant that should come in as well. Kling's saying, are there any reputation consequences for letting the merchant die? Well, it does piss them off, but it's not our fault type thing. So If let's just say that these, if it was us that did any of the fighting, you can see there that the horse has now dropped all of its stuff on the ground, and so all of this is now here. This is stuff that we now need to go back in and forbid the whole lot. I'm just going to quickly go and do that because again I don't want anyone. So I'm going to go to forbid everything. I'm just going to go and grab all of that just so that we've got everything is going to be forbidden through here, including the teeth. Not that they'll go and pick the teeth up, but that way we just make sure that there's nothing around. There's still teeth in the air. That tooth is still actually flying around. I might just forbid that as well. Actually, I can't really do it. No, can't do it until it lands. Anyway, that's the... so that just allows me to make sure that dwarves don't head over there to pick things up. If we have a quick look at the actual dwarves... so the Supreme Plague doesn't have a job. He's our main miner. Stonecutter as well, which is set to only do stone crafting. It's rogue. I might change that. I'll just allow that to do any job. At the moment I've got Supreme Plague as our main miner, and I'm just keeping that one purely for mining. Yeah, everyone else is now open to do whatever they want to do. So we're seeing loading cage traps, milking horses, linking buildings. This is good. That means one of the down below, something is actually happening with everything as well. So that's actually fine. We do have our basic military coming through as well, making rock pots, loading cage traps, smelting ore. That's good as well. Tetrahedrite sort of gives us silver and copper. Forging copper chains back in through here as well, this metalsmith. Someone's off collecting webs. That's actually dangerous. Okay, sort of going out through... Yep, hauling cave spider silk thread. Okay, it's actually already hauling it, so it's hauling it back up into the fortress. Let's just go back up the top. And I'm not letting the game run forward. I'm just literally just pressing the full stop. So I'm just doing it tick by tick. Let's see what else actually happens here. I don't think these will survive. We've seen more blood appear there. That's horse. The horse is now in trouble. The horse is now bleeding. And these are all on top. Regoth is still actually sort of fighting away. We'll just keep on having a look until we start to see blood. Oh, look at the teeth appearing over here now. Again, let's just quickly go and forbid these, just in case anything wants to come. That one's still moving. Go a long way. Jumped out of the way. Still actually alive and still healthy. If we have a look at the health and description, no problem at all so far with Regoth. So she's a better quality than any of our dwarfs. And through this other side, the horse, if we have a look at the horse and how it's going, it's bleeding. If we look at its health and description, and so upper body is cut open, oozing horse blood. It's not too bad yet. So the horse can still essentially try to run, but it's on the ground at the moment. You can see the down arrows around the horse. Anyway, let's continue on. Some more fighting. Oh, here comes the next merchant. Right on cue. This is Muthcat. And Muthcat is a dabbling fighter, dabbling dodger. If we look at the health again through here. So she is indefatigable and quite quick to heal, but she is clumsy. She is very skinny with a small build. Her hair is straight. In terms of her skills, if we have a look at not so much the items, but the skills, combat, so very, very low level, like really nothing at all. So so she's come in with her horse. So this horse has also come in with a whole lot of other stuff. Grouchy when caught in the rain, terrified while in conflict, so comes straight into this actual conflict. So there should be another bodyguard as well coming in to help with the fighting. These will start to tire at some point, but we haven't really, it's really early days so far in the fighting. Let's just keep it going. So still jumping away. So moving through. But yeah, these camels are going to then turn on them as well. Now, so I went straight over the top of the camels. Still fighting. Ah, there's vomit. Okay, so something is vomited. If we have a look at the merchant, still healthy. Upper leg is bruised. I don't know who vomited. It might be the horse. Yeah, we can't really tell what's on the ground there. But there is vomit there. This horse is in through here is seems to be okay. No, this one's now bleeding as well in emotional shock. Health and description. Upper spine is bruised. Yeah, so this one is not going to make it as well. So this is going to be there's going to be a fair bit of carnage out here. Let's just keep it going. Oh, here comes the other fighter. So we now actually have a we've got two fighters. We've got the spear woman, and we also have the hammer dwarf, another woman. This is Nil Fencings. Do they know anyone? No, they don't know anyone. That's okay. They do all have their own histories. Just make sure that there's no relationship with anyone in the fortress. Okay, so this one here is a talented hammer dwarf. This is going to be good for the undead. It can crush the undead. And so if we have a look to see, now she's terrified. She's vengeful when joining an existing conflict, but still terrified because of the undead. Look at the health, description, no problem in through there. Look at the skills and combat. And so level 6, level 4's in through there. Good at dodging. These are both together now. So this hopefully they'll be able to do some damage against these. We can ignore, like these are dead. They're basically not going to be able to make their way through. But while everyone's distracted, there's probably a good chance we're going to get some damage done with these two. Let's just keep it going. So they're now moved apart a little bit. Horses on the ground. So we'll just keep it going until we start to see some damage done to our two fighters. The horse is still alive. The horse there is basically dead. If we just go to the horse, tired, winded, nauseous. Here we go. That was the one that was throwing up. This one is bleeding now. So if we look at the health and the description, so still not terrible. But if we have a look at status, Village's grasp has been impaired, but still can run if it can get away. But these camels will be faster than the humans that we actually have. Sorry, than the dwarves that we have. Let's have a quick look back at the fortress and just see how the guys are going with their cage traps. So they're setting the cage traps now. So they're out here placing them, and we've still got more that we need to place. What I ultimately want to do is actually have cage traps all the way around here. I might start to even design more of those just while this is all happening. We'll just go and open the build menu, and we'll go across into machines. Oh, sorry, cages and restraints. That one will be. We've got a cage. Or this is actually not where we want to be. We want to be into machines and fluids, and we want to build. Actually, where's traps? Traps is down there. We want to build more cage traps because we want to capture these things. I'm going to keep building after we place it, and I'll allow them to just go and build it themselves. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the others after this will then be planned. So this is just going to plan in the what we actually have. So we need cages, we need mechanisms to be able to then go and build that one. So that's going to then set up a big area around our entrance for different traps, which will be important. So now a forgotten beast that wanders into a cage trap, it's not going to trigger, it's too big. So anything too large is not going to be caught, but we can certainly get the camels back and through here. So let's just keep on building more of those, just while this fight is taking place. What we might also find is that the actual liaison will end up, if we go to other, it's making its way towards, so even while all that fighting has been taking place, he has now moved from there to there. So hardly any movement. He is moving his way up towards the actual fortress. That's important. While all this fighting is now taking place. So a lot can happen in a very, very short period of time. Let me just keep on stepping through. Jumping away. Now, that one there, steel shield, is now on the ground. She's now tired. This is a problem. And if we have a look at the items, the shield is no longer with her. The shield has dropped. It's coated with water, so there's a steel shield now on the ground, and the steel shield, I want to make sure that is forbidden. That's okay. I don't want any of my dwarves inside going out to try to capture things. If we have a look and see what happened there, and just go and have a look at it from this perspective. So so charges the camel dwarf, it jumps away, the spear dwarf loses hold of the steel shield, and then the spear dwarf scratches the two camel corpse in the head, tearing the fat, the force twists the neck. And so there's been all the fighting has taken place. I won't go through it all, but this is everything that's actually happened since she arrived. From there all the way through, jumping around, stabbing the undead, all sorts of different stuff. But now she has lost her shield, and that's a big, big problem. So I don't think she'll be able to pick it up either. So let's just keep it going. Hammer Dwarf is coming over to lend support. It's moving away. So they're tired. They're moving off to try to attack this one camel on its own. Blood. Okay, we now have problems here. And so we now have heavy bleeding, so stunned and winded. So she is now no longer able to fight effectively. Her spear is on the ground now as well, and so she is in all sorts of trouble. Heavy breathing, winded, cannot breathe. Ability to stand has been lost, and ability to grasp has been lost. Let's have a look again at this one here. So we'll look at the health and the description. So her neck is torn open, neck is running with dwarven blood, head is bruised, left arm is bruised, the left wrist is mangled beyond recognition, that's why she's dropping things. Upper spine is oozing dwarven blood, and the upper spine is bruised. So she's in the last stages now of death. Now the benefit to us with this, of course, is we end up with all this great equipment. So we can then build our military ultimately. So that's the upside of this sort of fighting. Once we can get rid of these camels. So and we're working towards that with what we're doing with our Forgotten Beast. So anyway, let's see what actually happens through here. So we've got the so Regoth, the spear dwarf, is basically dead. We've still got Nil backing through this other side, still healthy. And still joining in the fight and trying to smash this particular one. Let's keep it going a bit longer. This one's the camel's on the ground. So the camel, if people can see what this camel has done just in recent times, there's a big long history through here. Charges a spear dwarf, kicks the spear dwarf in the head, bruising the muscle through the bronze cap. Spear dwarf bites. Bashes again, hammer dwarf bashes in the left foot. With the front leg, the camel corpse then falls over, bites the 200 camel corpse in the right eye, tearing it. The spear dwarf latches on firmly. So this is the spear dwarf just fighting, even though it really can't do much. Kicks the spear dwarf in the right lower leg, deflected again by the iron high boot. The force pulls the right knee, and the part splits into Gore. So she's now broken her leg, even though the high boot did protect it from direct attack. Hammer dwarf bashes the camel corpse in the upper body, bruising the muscle, tearing the middle. Now there was something where it falls over. I think it's where it smashes it in the foot. Yeah, there it is. So it just falls over there. Again, just looking at what's actually happening with the actual fight itself. Okay, so they're fighting away up through there. This one here is this merchant is not going to make it. So these are all going to be essentially killed off. But the Liaison will get inside. So I'm still fighting away. So I'm just going forward. And this one's still got its load of horse cheese. It's still healthy. What? No way. Head is torn open. Left ear is mangled beyond recognition. Right rear foot is bruised. It's still it's a scrawny horse, but it's and overcome by terror. But it is it's going to get caught, of course, and killed. But it's still going. And this the merchant in through here is actually still going as well. Only winded. No, it can't be the case. Yeah, this one is absolutely smashed. If you have a look at the status. Ability to stand has been lost, grasp has been lost, and is winded. So really not going to be able to make it away from there. The undead are relentless when they come for you. Just watching the see if there's any more blood from the top. And what's going to happen with that horse? Just pushing forward. There's more teeth. So that's more teeth going in through that side. This one here. This is actually the one that killed the human. Down here, that body down there, that Orma. So Orma was killed by this particular camel. If we have a look at health, ability to stand has been lost. So this one can now only sort of crawl around on the ground. With its description, there's going to be a lot of fractures and things. It possibly, so you saw there its left eye is rotten, its left lung is rotten, but there was, the spear dwarf did manage to latch on and bite it. Anyway, let's just keep on going, having a bit. This one's still actually healthy. If we have a look at the, no health problems here at all. No problems here at all, except getting more and more tired as it's trying to kill this particular dwarf. This particular camel. So let's keep it going. So I'm just pressing the full stop. Come on, smash it, smash it. These are still all alive. The horse has now gotten away. And I'm setting it sort of run forward here. That horse has actually made a run for it. And the others are still smashing away. That horse is now getting right away. And we're not seeing much else. This one's still alive. Back over here. Yep, so that's all the stuff that's happening. Again, it's just the two humped camel corpses and the others. I just want to make doubly sure that there's nobody else outside here that would be silly enough to try to do different things. So they're still setting these, even while we're doing that, they're still building this cage trap. So orangutans, Cameloid and Sev are setting their cage traps. This will be extremely helpful once we sort of get all this stuff done. Now the invaders, let's have a quick look at the invaders. Yep, they haven't moved. Hostiles. Looks like one of the camels has actually been killed. Oh, there it is. They killed Natsferitu's mangled corpse. Now again, we just want to make sure that this is blocked off. We don't want to be going through that one. That's been pummeled by this one here. And so if we have a look and see, bashes the two camel corpse in the head with her iron hammer, injured part is crushed. So she crushes the brain of that zombie camel. And so that's one camel down. We've lost one merchant, we've lost one camel at this point in time. We've still got the other horse is still in play. This horse has run away. So that one may actually escape. This one will come back down now to try to help out the merchant. But they did actually do this one. This one's in no position to... this one's faint, and it's not going to be able to do anything at all. So our dwarves may come out to try to rescue it, but I'm hoping not. Let's just go and forbid... We can't forbid the creature, but we can forbid the equipment on the ground. So we'll just do that just to make sure that they don't come out after that spear. This one shouldn't be able to really get away from here. Seriously injured. Can't stand. It can still crawl though. So in a very, very bad way. The camels will ultimately win this. Let's keep it going. So the hammer dwarf is coming back down now to help out with the others. He's now attracting some attention, jumping away from the fights. The others are going back in, jumping away again. jumping around. So now sort of a bit cornered by the camels. This camel here is following it in. If we have a look at its health and description, so yeah, there's this one's not as badly as bad a problem as the others. Yeah, so it's bruising. The hammer dwarf is smashing at it, but just not doing too much damage to it. Yeah, it charges the hammer dwarf. Hammer dwarf is still healthy, which is good. It's being chased by this camel relentlessly. Oh, another alert. Okay, so Mukath, the merchant's been found dead, and the horse has been found dead. So they've now also succumbed to their problems. Let's just go and make sure that their corpses are not interfered with. So we've got we've got all sorts of different teeth from the merchant, and then we've got the two different corpses down that way. So we'll just go and forbid those as well. It just stops the anything from coming through. So that's now been forbidden. So we won't pick those up. So we've still got this. This spear dwarf is crawling on the ground, not able to really do anything, and then we have the hammer dwarf is still sort of going. It's now tiring. So this is now the end of the hammer dwarf as well. We only got rid of one camel, unfortunately, backing through the side. Let's just keep it going. Now surrounded, jumping out of the way. It won't make a run for it. It will keep on fighting. It's one of the camels now on the ground there again, but it's now back up again, chasing it. Keeps on being knocked over, the hammer dwarf, and is now feeling ill and is running away, drawing it away from. And you see this one's crawling towards the fight. Regoth continues to fight, but it won't be for any. It won't be able to do anything ultimately. This camel is injured. If we have a look at its health. The ability to stand has been lost. That's really the important thing, is to see if we can actually sort of end up getting rid of the camels over time. So we're heading now towards this other skeleton now. The camels are too strong in the sense that they actually end up killing everything. Oh, here we go. What have we got now? Oh, the hammer dwarf has now entered a martial trance. This has actually now gone berserk, essentially. So going to be fighting much more effectively because of the martial trance. And so the tiredness probably won't worry it too much with what it's going to then be doing. So hopefully it gets a bit more damage done. Let's just get rid of those alerts. And I'm not sure where she enters the martial trance. Hammer dwarf is no longer stunned. There we go, at that point there, I think. So it's punching and doing different things in through there, but ultimately should actually smash, hopefully be able to smash at least one more camel corpse. This is why we can't send our military out. These are just way too powerful. So still running away and drawing the camels away from her friend. Where's the other one? Oh, there's Regoth's corpse. So Regoth has been killed there. Now, I think succumbed to bleeding, to be honest. I think just bled out. So we'll forbid that corpse as well. If we've only got the one that's left, it'll come up with an alert any second now. When she glances over and realises that she's all alone fighting the hammer dwarf here. Chased. So jumping around away from these camels. One or two camels on their own I could send the military out, but not this many. She's on the ground, and there we go. So she is here now. overexerted, heavy bleeding now as well. So she is basically dead. If we have a look at the health, overexerted, ability to grasp somewhat impaired. So we've now lost the her right hand is torn open, right hand is running with her blood, her right elbow is oozing. So this is why she's dropped the shield. So the shield is here. Oops, we don't want to do that. We'll just leave that one there, forbidden. So she's still fighting on with the hammer. So, but her shield hand is gone. So let's just let the game run forward. There we go. We're seeing blood now, and she's now dead. So everyone is now dead out through here. The camels are. We still have the 8 hostiles. Let's just go and forbid everything that was still here, just so we don't go out and pick this up. Because what the dwarves will try to do is to actually, in all the loot as well. I'm pretty sure that's all forbidden. Just make 100% sure, because I definitely don't want anyone coming over to pick up loot. What they may try to do is pick up, because we now have coffins that are empty. They'll be going to try to take the bodies and put them into the actual coffin. Where are we now? While all that has happened, the outpost Liaison has now made it into the fortress, and is now trying to find Tiny Mutant Squid, the expedition leader. So they'll now start to talk. This is actually in my kitchen area. So so Tiny Mutant Squid is probably just coming in through here to have a drink, and so the Goblin Liaison is now here as well. Let's just go back up top, because we just need to see. Just pressing F1. That one there is now set. Let's go and forbid both of those. Just means we're not going to come and try to fix them up. That one is now built as well. This is good stuff, actually. The fact that we're building all of these. That one is done as well. So this is really, really important stuff to get these cages established. That one's not there yet. So yeah, this is awesome that we've been able to pick all this stuff up. Okay, so the next thing is yeah, there's no other. We're not seeing any other of our creatures outside, particularly over towards the camels. Let's just watch the camels and see if they start to move in towards where we are. We're running after the horse. The horse is there. It's injured. Now that's going to, the camels will then go, they'll charge after it. In fact, this is a horse corpse. So this corpse here is, this one's still heavy bleeding, but ultimately that won't affect it. This is now a zombie horse has now come back to life. If we look at the health and look at the description, we'll sort of see all the damage that's done to it, but in reality it's still very, very strong. And so it's going to attack this particular horse here. Just going to chase that one down. So I've just got to pause there for a second. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water. I'll be right back. Alright. Yeah, so Dragon's here saying those camels are hard to get rid of. Yes, they really are. They will eventually wander off the map, which will then give us access back out to the loot. But they've been here for probably, like for seasons upon seasons. So they've just been hovering around. This horse now is now another enemy that we now have to deal with. And you can see we've got 8 hostiles. Let's just go through them. So we've got the camel, horse is now a zombie horse. That's a zombie. These are zombie like leftover cave swallow men. We've still got the forgotten beast down below. So just waiting for us to build everything else. I'm trying to get all of this stuff established. We're not building any. We haven't been able to build any of this yet. So we'll just keep on waiting for that one. And back out to the camels again. So that's pretty much it. Then we've still got our invaders. They haven't moved off. So they're just moving, they're staying where they are. So this has all happened in, like, you know, in minutes in game time, really, of just a, you know, very, very quick assault. Horse is attacking. It's still far enough away. There we go, we're seeing blood. And now we have diplomacy is going to be kicking in with the goblin liaison. So unfortunately the merchants didn't make it, but we do get access to all the loot essentially. Ultimately, if we can get rid of these guys here. So we've still got this one now coming through. This horse is dead. Here comes the other camels to attack it. You see there that some of the camels just can't operate anymore. Like this one here is, you know, can't actually move around if we just go to health. Ability to stand has been lost, so it will crawl slowly, while the others actually can still move nice and quickly. So, but that horse is essentially dead. Just really want to make sure where are they? They were doubling up. Not seeing all the other camels. Right, let's just go through them. 1, 2, 3, 4 is one on top there. Yeah, so we've got an extra camel there. Camel and the horse, there's 3 of them at that position. Killing off that horse. Let's just go back to here and just watch and see what they do. There goes horse teeth being smashed. And the horse has now been killed. Now, depending on who killed it, if it there's a chance we'll end up with 2 more zombie horses that we then have to somehow contend with as well. That's going to be difficult. If we have a look at the what was down in here, and look at the. Now this is Zethus Tooth. This will be, they become named creatures when they kill something. So the horse corpse that we actually have through here is nothing we have to really worry about. We've got horse teeth everywhere. I'm just going to go and forbid all of that as well. We've got teeth all the way up here as well. Let's just wait and see if that one comes back to life. And they can't really sort of sense where we are as such unless anyone gets too close to it. They'll just wander around doing stuff in here. It may be mangled enough for it not to really worry. All right, well, let's, now we have, oh, sorry, Monkastrap meant to have one of those babies, didn't it? So one of our horses has become a, one of our foals has become a horse. So we've got this is our area underground where we've got all of the creatures that we've got. We've probably got a few too many. We're going to have to start butchering these, and that's also going to present problems. That's all good. Let's go to diplomacy. The expedition leader, Tiny Mutant Squid, meets with the Goblin Outpost Liaison. So the Goblin Outpost Liaison is representing the dwarves. It's not representing the goblins. Your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss the situation. We'll just go okay. There is much to share. Okay, so we've got information has now been added to the civilizations. Let's go and click on OK. Make requests for next year's caravans. They'll charge more for these items. I'm going to go and get... which one should we get? I don't want too much. And what I do want is powders, gypsum, so we can set things. So let's go and do that. That's all we'll do. Done. So they're going to charge double basically for the gypsum plaster, but that's okay. Okay, so let's discuss what we're willing to offer for your craft dwarfs. A need for quivers and bracelets is expected, and if you're able to provide some, the caravan will offer 193%. Okay, we do actually have that, but we can't trade because of the problems we've got. So that's now the outpost liaison will now leave. We go and have a look at the outpost liaison. So they had a meeting in here. I'm just being doubly sure there's no... Why would they meet there? Oh, it's just an office. That's okay. And Tiny Mutant Squid, I think, operates from that particular little office there. So that's why they had that meeting at that location. That one, actually, we've got that camel corpse there. There's a couple of camel corpses there that we never cleaned out. These were in a previous. That was from the previous autumn when the caravan, the caravan guys did a bit more damage there. They killed a couple of them. Horses fighting. We saw all that. The horse corpse. The horse corpse of Vazageth. This one actually must have killed the other horse. Because it wouldn't have done. Yeah, we've got a 2-hump camel corpse called Tizatath. Let's just get rid of all that stuff. This is our main threat at this point in time, and I still want the guys working outside. So I'm just going to. These are a long way away. Oh, here we go. We've got a zombified hammer dwarf now. So this one here is now risen. So this is Muthas' corpse, is a zombie. Health-wise, it won't really be a problem because it's going to be crawling around all over the place. This one should come back to life as well. Rigoth's corpse is not pummeled, so it should be healthy enough to come back to life. So now we have 9 hostiles on the map. That one just bled out. Got petitions. So Renal Bluntug wishes to resign in Tin Martyr. Who is Renal? Now Renal must have come in from another location. I'm going to allow that actually, I think. Let's have a look and see who Renal is. Got a couple of human spearmen that have come inside while the fortress has been open. So we've got one through here. This is a human spearman. And what do we know about this particular human spearman? It's got 2 lovers, 39 years old, legendary pump operator, but only a competent spearman but novice in most other things. Has come to slay beasts. He has heard such a good place to search for monsters. It is indeed. So they won't attack the undead on top, but they will go downstairs and have a look for monsters downstairs, which will be fine. They can take care of those zombies for us. So this one here, sometimes you'll sort of find that he's got a wife and a lover, died here, and passing acquaintance with Kaz, who is another human spearman. Look, I'll allow this actually. So I'll allow this person to come into the fortress. We'll approve that, and we'll approve the other one as well, because the bottom of the fortress is open. Having these guys going in and doing stuff is going to be good. Now, there's a copper warhammer on the ground. There's a copper warhammer splattered with Fecod's dwarven blood. Fecod fountain ropes, I think, is one of the guys that was here. I think that was a previous from previous fighting. Still got the blood from last year on it. Let's just go down and see if we can find if Fecod is in one of these positions. There it is, the merchant. So the Fecod, okay, the merchant, bled out. That previous merchant was in here. How did they get those? Oh, this is actually still from the previous year. We've still got these as well. We've just had so much that we're trying to do here. Where's the liaison gone? Is making its way to the south. Yep, so it's now leaving. So it will leave and avoid the undead. And the growing undead, really. Let's just hover around here, see what actually happens. So they're all sort of now moving across. They're building up more and more of an undead army. That horse has come back to life as well. So we now have a horse corpse back through that side, along with a hamster. Don't know what the hamster's doing there. Yep, no idea. So Yeah, they're still all doing what they do. So that's one of the merchants, I think. Another petition. This is Kaz, and we'll approve that as well. So what we should find is that they will go downstairs. They should be attacking different things over time. These pigtail seeds. Hatch covers have been completed. That's okay. These are just creepy crawlies. Now, where is that? And why is that? There's been something in the way. Oh, they're building this bridge, finally. Another petition. Ciscli, Moist Convent. It's an interesting name. I'm tempted to just go yes, just for the sake of the name. So Ciscli, who's that? So we can see first. Now we've got rodent people that have come through as well. These are underground. Yeah, more hostiles now here. The others that we see there, and the rodent people are not considered hostile, but they're still going to be a pain in the bum. So if we go back to the others, even though they come up as hostile in here, they're not really what we have to worry about. This is a human axeman. "22 years old. It's a yeah, it's a female. Great silver great axe, copper shield. Not great, but yep, why not? I love the name. That should be the what we do. Sometimes you'll end up with like really important people will come in to fight creatures for you. But anyway, let's just approve this. And if we have a look now at our units, they'll then be part of the actual group. So we now have all of these in through here. These are all monster slayers. Oh, actually, she's really unhappy, like very unhappy. Then shows up in through here, as is Kaz. That can be a problem, actually. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, wants to pray. We might have to set up a prayer area, just a general one. I think might be the order of the day. I believe so. We'll do that fairly close to the top of the fortress. Yeah, we've used up all of the cages that we were building. Let's just keep on going back down here. Where should we do that? That's our hospital. I'm thinking religion really will need to be off this location here. We've got our lever room in this side for the lower area of the fortress. This will ultimately be our meeting zone. Yeah, let's build a religious area off this side. Build the corridor, and then we'll start to build the various locations here for temples. That'll do. Let's go back up to F1. Now these guys are going down to attend a meeting, but why down there? Plant seeds. So down the bottom here we actually still have where the caravan got ambushed last time. See, they're all down here. Look at this. Look at all this stuff. So they're picking up all sorts of different things from in here. So going to be planting seeds. So there must be seeds here. You're hauling pigtail seeds. So all grabbing the stuff that was left over. This is actually where the last attack went in. And so these are actually still, these haven't been stopped, which I think is actually still safe enough if we just allow them to do what they're doing and just monitor these guys while they do all that. Yeah, this one's now come back to life as well. Just hovering around. These will be easy for us to deal with. But the horses not so much, they're bigger. Again, these are 3 times stronger than what they were when they were living, but they no longer have their equipment. If they're smashed, they don't come back to life. Yeah, they're just wandering around, not doing too much. You've got that zombie one underneath there as well. Now, actually, we meant to have a look at the at those rodents. They're just hovering around down here underground. Actually, yeah, they're underground here. We're sort of we don't really have good access out this way, so they're not going to really worry us at all. They're just causing a bit of a mess there. We've now got this one built. That one's still sitting there. There's a baby, atomic ant. These still aren't being built, unfortunately. Yep, none of these are being touched. Everyone's busy though. Yeah, they're all grabbing what they can. They're trying to plant those seeds. Let's just go back up to F1 again. Just watch as there should be lots and lots of dwarves coming back in and out of here. Who's that? That's Seren. Going off again just to plant seeds. Stray horse is giving birth to another foal. Struck blue diamond. Okay, we've found that we haven't struck it. When we see those sorts of things, that's a goodie hut. That's sort of that we've the creatures, the guys that are eradicating monsters are now going outside. Here we go. So we're now seeing that the human spearman Renal is fighting, and if we go and have a look to see, it mutilated strikes the human spearman, but the shot is blocked. It then sort of scratches in the upper body, and if we have a look to see where that actually was, that's now dead. And there was still another one that's alive there. I'm not sure where Renal actually is, but this one here should be. This one's still healthy, so they're going off and killing off those zombies. They'll also discover things like that goodie hut. So we're now sort of seeing much further into around the place, just because they can range further than what we do. We don't want to go out this far. But having those monster hunters around is actually good for us. So Kaz is going to attach to a copper spear. Again, yeah, this is militia commander. Oh, hang on, where's that? Oh, that was old, I think. It was an old attack, but it came back to life. It was a fair way off. Yeah, certainly the militia commander's not there anymore. Those zombified, like they may just be hands or heads or something like that that's just rolling around, so they don't really worry us too much. Yep, so they just need the empty cages. They'll be building them downstairs. Let's just go back up the top again. Here they come. There's still more of them coming down to that location. That's it there. building more of these cage traps, which is ideal. Just lock them away. This really is our best protection against these undead. Get those done. I've got 11 hostiles. That one's still not awake. Alright, there was two underneath on top of each other. There's that one there. So we're looking at mutilated corpse, two mutilated corpses there on top of each other. And we actually now have more invaders have now arrived. So these have got a bigger collection. Let's just run through these. So they haven't moved yet. So they may come fairly soon. Again, where are we finding this? Down in here. So this is going to ultimately be where we end up with the chalk there. This will become basically just a temple. So I'm going to set this one up now. We're not getting through any of the smoothing. We're getting through a little bit of it, but not really enough. And so I'm just going to set this one up as a zone, a temple zone. And so when we have a look through, we've got meeting areas. This is actually how we then build temples. And so I'm just going to make a generic temple in through this other side. So just create a meeting zone into here, accept, and then we go and add this one we assign this one as a new temple, and no specific deity is what we're going to actually have through here. Now we can actually have a look. We've got two worshippers there for Lal, two for Sistras, two there. It's all over the place. 3 for that one. So there's not really a hell of a lot that all where everyone is going. Oh, we definitely want a temple for like if we end up with sort of like say 10 of the people wanting to worship something, the cult of strategies, one worshipper, the competitive faith, we're just not seeing much. So with nobody really is under one religion. So no specific deity is what we want to do there. What we will do is then place we need to have a largish area for this. So they will come down here to, this is the calm reverences, which is what we actually have. We do want to put in an actual altar. So there's a few things actually. If we go back to the zones again and look at it. So what we need is all visitors are welcome here. I can make it so that only citizens and long-term residents. So I think I'll do it that way. It's a shrine next at 6,000 health. It will then 6,000 value. It will then become the next level up. So it's only a basic shrine at this point in time. We can actually have someone designated as a performer in here, but we're not going to worry about that. Dance floor is a 10 by 10, so it's a large. There's no stored instruments, so there's no chests in the common area. I will be placing that as well. Only recognised religions can have recognised priesthoods, and so in this case, what we're going to be doing is still adding an altar. So we'll just go across and place furniture, an offering place, and there's 4 of these available at this point in time. So I'm just going to go and place one of them in here. I'll place 2 next to each other. I'm not sure if that helps. So we'll just go and do that. We might as well place a chest as well in the corner. So we'll just go across into furniture, chests. This will be for musical instruments. I'll just place it in that bottom corner there. And there we go. That will ultimately be all we need to do. Let's just go back up to F1. It's now mid-autumn. So one camel corpse there that was killed. So we've got all these here. In the meantime, we'll just watch. So they keep on going down to pick up the loot, which is fine. Building more, getting ready for more cage traps. This has been great, actually, that we've been able to do this. Nothing there. So as they build these, we just keep on forbidding them. I was saying, does DFHack have a way to placing flooring under already placed furniture? I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. It would be a you can use sort of like Quick Dwarf or something like that to just automatically have things sort of built. So you can actually sort of you can cheese it that way, I guess. But no, generally you'd have to pull it apart and then put it back together again. Yeah, sounds safer than trying to fight zombies hand to hand. Yeah, won't blunt bolts work? It's, well, not really, because they don't hurt them. Like because they like, you got to crush their skulls is really what you have to do. So eventually you can sort of do it. So sharp weapons don't do a hell of a lot, to be honest. So spears aren't great, even though we've sort of went with some spearmen. Actually, oh damn, here we go. Voodoo dog's fighting. Hang on, go there. What's happening? Must withdraw. That was down here. What's Voodoo Dog doing out there? The woodcutter. It's back in here again. Let's just see what's happened here. Stressed. He's going to go off and brew a drink. Let's go. We better go and check all of the invaders, because it looks like stuff's happening here. If we have a look at the health, no health problems. Description: neck is bruised, left upper arm is bruised. Right, so the fighting wasn't terrible there. We still have the invaders. Now they're moving. No, they're not. They're still where they were. But oh, it was the mutilated corpse was fighting. So Voodoo Dog just happened to stumble across them. Misses. Punches the woodcutter. Yeah, there we go. So the militia. This is from what happened before, where the militia commanders went out to sort of destroy these things. So let's maybe. So it's not those guys. I thought it may have been the invaders that were coming back through, but it's more the others. So they were around here last time we saw. Here they are. These are rolling around on the ground. Yeah, if we go and... Like, that one is close-ish to it. Let's just watch and see what happens here. Snowstorm has come. So keep an eye on what's going on there. Now that may trigger this one here. These zombies. Okay, we've now got this one done, which means we can no longer really go around to this area. And what that means is what we should really do here is actually move another way through. Let's go and do it here. And then build a stairwell down into this side. And then move across to here. That way we can still block off the areas that are there. That gives access to the trap tunnel that we're going to essentially be having. So that just gives us access there. What we need to do there is build a hatch. And that will be fine. And then we need to make sure that that one ultimately can be locked. At the moment this is safe. So anyone that's... Okay, let's just have a quick look and see what the status is here. That's been built. That's been built. That's good. And then we've got this one now built as well. So we're going to go to here. We're going to attach ourselves a stray polt. So we'll just go and get that one there. And then we'll come back up this way. Let's see how we're going with the construction of the other traps. And they're all done. Okay, that's good. So what we can do here now is we can set everything else up. So let's go and get the stray polt here. Another stray polt there. These will become the traps for the others. So let's just go and grab that one there. And these are all built. So let's go now and set up what we actually have to do. Let's go, first of all, go down to the bottom of the fortress. I think it's F8, or even, yeah, around F8 is essentially where we have our trap area. Where was it? In through here. So we can see there that these three are raised. This one is not raised, but we do have a door there. So we might as well now raise this one. And so this one here is the rough chert bridge. We've got different rough chert bridges. So if we go back up to, is it F3, F4? F4 is what we have. So these three are closed. We've called this one lower bridge 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll call this one the, we haven't named these levers, but we can name these as well. And we should really name the corresponding bridges. So lower bridge 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's just go back down the bottom there and go across to where that actually is. Where is it? Hang on, did I do it that way? I think it's lower, it's supposed to be lower bridge 1. Just double check that. Because like with those levers, I'm pretty sure it'll be whatever the top one is there, and then down into this one through here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll just call this one lower bridge 2, just so we know exactly what they're affecting. Bridge 3, and then lower bridge 4. There we are. So we've got those there. While the Forgotten Beast is up there, I might as well open this one, just because we don't want to crush it. So we'll just go up to F4. So this is lower bridge 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to lower bridge number 2. So we're going to pull the lever, do it now. Okay, so that's going to then be pulled. So that's all the lower bridges. Then we've got the, this will be the, I'll call this one FB bridge 1, 2, 3, and 4, or even north and south. FB, hang on, I'll just call this one trap bridge. Maybe they do it that way. Trap bridge 01, which will be the highest level. Trap bridge 02. Trap bridge 03. And trap bridge 04. All right, so we'll just go and name all of those as well. So that is the trap bridge 01. Oh, Beast Gate is what I've called it. Call it trap bridge. I preferred Beast Gate, actually. That was a better name. I thought I'd named them, but these weren't built at this stage. Trap bridge 02. Back down again. And even though that's the order, I'll still make this one Trap Bridge 03. And Trap Bridge 04. Alright, then we need to go back up the top. Link this one, link the lever. We just need to go to where it actually is. Hang on, that's not right. Oh, has it already been linked? Yeah, it has. It has already. Yeah, it's already got their mechanisms. That one's already been done. These other ones don't actually have the second mechanism, so we'll just link the lever here. Do it now. Link the lever. Oh, no mechanisms, damn it. Okay, so we need to get the mechanisms built quickly. Which is a bit of a problem. They will do them eventually. This is the mechanics workshop. Get them done as a matter of priority. Just do F1 again. That one hasn't been built yet. So I've still got to build cages. So the snow is now starting to fall. These guys are still all just hovering around in here. That one must have been crushed. The zombies. This horse is just wandering off. That zombie horse. So building this cage trap. Somebody came in from the top there. I don't know what there was above. There's a bit of loot there. Maybe that was it. Who was that came in? Can't see them anymore. Yeah, they're hauling copper cages. Alright, so we'll build these mechanisms. And then we can get the Forgotten Beast involved in a few things as well. Well, we might as well now drop this, I think. So let's go and build this area. So we just go across into what we can do through here. We sort of then open up the advanced options, and with what we actually have, we can then change from blueprints to standard selections. And just going to go and open this up. So that will then be dug out. It's safe at the moment to do this. So if it's saying I've Forgotten Beast project progress, it's heading that way. We're sort of getting it closer and closer now. So we'll allow that to get built. So you're saying, how fares the fortress on Friday? It's faring pretty well. We've lost all of the merchants. This is going to be outside the area. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to, I think I'll just leave that open. So that then comes down into this area through here. We've already got the cage trap built there. And I'll just see if I can actually trigger those other things now. So I've got two mechanisms there, only one mechanism there. We'll link the lever and click to build a link to Trap Bridge 03. Click a building, hang on. Yeah, so we need to go back up to our, or go down to our trap bridges, which are around here somewhere, I think. Do that one now as well. We've still got to get another one down through here as well. So if I just go back up to F4, and the final one here. So we'll need to link the lever. Yeah, that'll be okay. We'll just go back down again to try to find that layer. There it is there. Do that one now as well. Yeah, so we've got the mechanisms. So once they're built, we're then going to be able to play with these and set them all up properly. So that's been done. Needs empty cage. That's fine. So we're building the cages as well. We're making them out of copper down in the bottom of the fortress. So if I press F8, this is where we're sort of building different things. So forging copper cages in here eventually. We do actually have some iron bars here as well. We're forging, smelting, we've got copper bars and silver bars back over this other side. So they're sort of working those. This one here is storing an item in a stockpile, which is fine. The layer above is sort of storage, but this is also one of our access points. So good, they're starting to now fix this up, which we have to get done. So that's a bit of a priority to try to get these things built. That's actually really important, this one here. I think, yeah, this one, the Forgotten Beast is fine, so it didn't get crushed when this bridge came down. And that's fine. I want it to sort of operate in here initially until we get more things back up the top. So we haven't put the pulp there yet. That's been assigned, but it hasn't been placed there yet at this stage. And what we should do is, as we come back up through these traps... Oh, that's the wrong place. That's okay. I was getting confused. I was thinking, hang on, what's that doing at the trap zones? This comes up through the top, and then up to this zone here, which is where we're going to ultimately try to draw things in. And this one also then has the stray pulp ready for that one to be placed. So everything is now open through that whole trap area. Okay, that one is done. Other one being built. Yeah, this has been great actually to be able to come in and do this. These will eventually be taken down, but there's just too much work at the moment to do. So it's not a high priority to get rid of those camels. Hi Adrian, how are you going? So Underscore was saying, I always wanted to play this game but could never understand it. Kind of sad for me. Oh, look, it's one of those games where the fun is in just letting things happen. Like, and that's really the best way to play the game, is to just do what you want, basically. And look, I'm playing in an extremely dangerous biome. So like if you're starting off, you wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Like we're playing with zombies and things. Oh, here we go. We've got migrants. Oh, no migrants this season, unfortunately. So still no one available. Now, we were going... Munkerstrap did actually ask for a... that was 2 hours ago. It's a dwarven baby. They're going to be getting... like when they're about 3 or 4, they become kids, and then they do become interesting. I think I'll still wait, if you don't mind, Munkerstrap, just in case, because if we end up with more migrants coming in, that will be the best way of doing that, I think. So you're not forgotten. It's just that I'm thinking a baby's not really the best one to go with. Things are saying genuinely not as hard as it looks when you're watching someone. I always felt the same way, but I picked it up, and it was way easier than watching Daz play. Yes, always hit a brick wall with the military, says Van Duso. That's been improved a lot. biggest tip if you're going to be playing Dwarf Fortress is to have DFHack running as well. So when you get Dwarf Fortress, if you do get it, make sure that you get the free DFHack, which you get through Steam. When Dwarf Fortress updates, DFHack will update within hours usually. And this DFHack allows you to run things and automate things a lot. So for example, with our military, we haven't even opened them up today. We've got the squad sidebar in through there. We have created a military in through this other side, but these things are DFHack commands, for example, to help protect the citizens. And there's so much that DFHack does to make this whole process a bit easier. Let's have a look and see who we've actually got. We've got 4 of them. We were building other positions. I really want to flesh this right out. The helmed beans is what they're called. Yeah, Clinton's saying, personally I play a few games without DFHack first so you know why you're using it. It is definitely needed, but probably best to know that before. I disagree. I think if you start with it, at least everything is easy. Everything is easier. Without it, I think it then becomes frustrating. Like I don't like playing it without DFHack because there's so much automation that DFHack does. So yeah, Falcon's saying, what does DFHack do? It does a lot. And so if I go back up, like for example, if I'll just go back to the squads there. Just close that one off. So DFHack is running at the top here through here. You can see a little DFHack symbol. And it's got when I click on it, there's a whole lot of different stuff in through here that you can actually then have a look to see what it's got running. So it has heaps and heaps of tools. So a lot of them have got the GUI launcher. This is your basic way to access DFHack. You've got design aspects, so design designation utility with shapes. Auto dump is like a quick way of dumping. I use that all the time. Journal, so Fort Journal with a multi-line text editor. So what this one does is welcome to the Chronicles tool for Dwarf Fortress. This sort of stuff isn't part of the base game. And so, so you can actually write your own little notes. And that's, again, this is stuff I don't use, but it's useful. There's heaps of stuff. Mass remove. There's things, for example, like if we go into the actual... there's a quick start guide here, which is welcome to DFHack. This guide will help you get orientated with it. It's not, it looks difficult, but it's actually, you can just run it and not worry about it. So it's an add-on for Dwarf Fortress that enables mods and tools to significantly extend the game. The default DFHack distribution contains a wide variety of these mods and tools, and so it's got heaps of them. What it does do is DFHack's mission is to provide tools and interfaces for players and modders to expand the bounds of what is possible in Dwarf Fortress, reduce the impact of game bugs, and that's a big one. Like, it really does do a lot of it. Give the player more agency and control over the game. It does that incredibly well. Provide alternatives to toilsome or frustrating aspects of gameplay. It does that incredibly well. And so all of these different things are actually, if I go back out to the main one, as I said before, is this launcher. If I go into the launcher, this is all the individual commands that I have available if I want to put them on. So there's squillions of them. But there's also, even beyond this, even if you never ever use any of these different commands, and so these are sort of like cheats, some of them are like cheats, but some of them also are just helpful. Like I often will use the auto dump, like in fact Syrian's just saying, I found a different way to use auto dump. You click on it from the menu at the top there, then you can click and drag to select items, then double click a spot to remove all the selected items. No need for cursor. Oh, that's actually good. I haven't used the one from the top. I always just do it from this command in through there. Before you go into there as well, there is actually a where is it? The control panel? Yeah, this one here. By default, when you have it running, this will actually come in with some default settings, but you can change these as well. So automation, these run in the background and help you manage your fort. This is why you want DFHack running, even if you never use any of the commands. Auto butcher, this one just allows you to automatically butcher. Rather than have to go through and designate everything and set it all up, you can just do it that way. Auto chop I tend to turn off, but you can actually have that one running as well, where it will automatically go out and chop wood as required. Auto clothing means I don't have to set up a whole clothing industry. I just have to set up the workshops, and then as their clothing becomes ragged, they'll just go and fix up their own clothing. Auto farming, I don't have to really worry about that one so much. If I just build a farm, in fact, if I click on any of these, it's just going to tell me what this one does. Again, we're now looking at a auto farm. Automatically manages farm crop selection, so it will do that. If I just build a farm. I don't have to think about it. I can override it, but I don't have to think about it. Auto fishing, again, I turn that off because I'm usually playing in dangerous areas. Auto milking animals, auto nest boxing, auto shear. So all of these things just mean that when an animal gets woolly and you can shear it and get thread from it, it will just do that automatically. It doesn't. You don't have to go and manually tell it to go and do it. Auto slab. This is actually where it will automatically go and carve slabs for anyone that gets killed, and so we'll end up with slabs for the merchants that got killed just at the start of this particular session. Clean any owned stuff. There's all sorts of stuff. Infinite skies, nest boxes. There's just lots of them. These are pretty much, a lot of these are on by default, but you can turn them on or off, and the question mark will tell you what they actually then go and do. So that's enabled. At the auto start of a new, this is actually tools are enabled. When we create a new fort, these are on by default. So again, I can sort of set these up to be my defaults. Bug fixes, these are all different things where there's all sorts of little bugs in the game, and these set things up. So they just fix them up. And again, if we wanted to sort of see, like, fix wildlife, what does that one do? Move stuck wildlife off the map so new waves can enter. So that one really should be on. That's probably a newish one. I'll just go and turn that one on. I won't even know it's running. It just fixes things. And so the bug fixes are really important. Different game player. I don't have too many of these, but I do have eggs, so we can sort of try to keep fertile eggs to a certain degree. All sorts of stuff in through here. There's just heaps and heaps. UI overlays, again, most of those will be turned on. Preferences. It's just such a great tool. There's so much in it, and it's completely free. So I would definitely run that one all the time. So in fact, without it, I notice it's so much more cumbersome to play the game. Anyway, let's unpause and continue on. It's still only in mid-autumn. Snow is now falling. These guys are still hovering around at the top. None of them have wandered off. So these actually haven't moved away. They've got no reason to move away just yet, but they will eventually wander around on the map. So you have to be careful for when they actually go and do that one. Oh, so this one, Sev has been interrupted, but back out through here, there's this corpse chased Sev away. So Sev was out here doing something. Now, what was Sev doing out that way? So Sev is the armourer out here. So stressed. He wants to be with family and friends. Got passing acquaintances in through there. Let's just see how Sev is going to get back inside. Because this may be a problem with our fortress. Now we're moving away there. It's now coming back up. It's probably going to have to go past that one again. Ah, we've got this open door, that's how. Alright, so back inside, that's fine. We might lock that door, I think. We've still got other access points back in through here. They haven't built this wall yet. Oh, they've built these. We can now go and resume construction of that one. So we'll just allow that to happen. Once this is done, we can then sort of start to set these up as well. So I'll wait for that to be done to then get the next level in through there. This is close to where that cave swallow blowgunner is. Alright, that's fine. So they're all wandering off. So what are you doing? Storing item in a stockpile. Let's just follow this one through. This is our militia commander. Okay, just wood. That's alright. Right, so here we go. The human spearman is now fighting as well. This one shouldn't have any real problems. This is a human spearman. Stabs the cave swallow man, mutilated corpse in the right upper leg, tearing the muscle. It's attacked by the dead. So that was just out here. And killed it. So that mutilated corpse is now gone. Let's have a look and see how we're going with our various traps. That one still doesn't have anything else in there. This one will now have the mechanisms. Just come back up through here and just watch the top. And still no pulp there. So we need that to occur before anything much else happens there. And F1 again outside here. Now, actually, what we might start to do is to build up the actual fort itself, I think. So we'll start to get things established in through here with the glass fort. So let's go and start to construct the constructions. We'll do the walls. Hide the planner. Got 8 green glass blocks. They're the closest. So this is what we want to have through here. So I'm just going to go and place all of those there. So that's 6. And then we should have the green glass again. So we'll start to build the, this will be the start of the actual tower. Building more cage traps. Whoa, oh, here we go. I thought that was the same one that ran away. So we've now got green glass blocks. So that was the idea. We're just going to create like an area with using green glass to build the fortress. It takes a long time for us to make these blocks. And then once we sort of get that established, we'll then have other bits and pieces we can then sort of build with the fortress. So look and see if we can see these undead. Are they moving off? Cameloid is fighting. Where's that? That was inside. Okay, we've got a corpse in here. So this cave swallow man has come through the gates. So it's come through from the bottom of the fortress, potentially in through here, up through here, up through this other area. So now we just use our squad. Okay, so activate the squad. Tell them that this is what they have to destroy. Confirm. Yep, kill the cave swallow man. So that one is going to be attacked by our military. So the military will then, will just flock down to this particular location. These are not dangerous, these ones here. They're just too weak. Actually, we've got to make new green glass blocks has been completed. So we've got a few more there that have been done as well. Woodcutter. Again, it's right with, and that one's been now killed as well. So you can see there's no special orders. These then just go back to their normal job. Not sure who actually got the damage done there. It could have even been Voodoo Dog. These are not. They've already been smashed apart. So they're not really a big problem. We wanted to get rid of it though. So we've got our forgotten beast in the background there. Just need these bait in those. They're just not putting them in. Let's go back up to F1 again. These traps are awesome. This is really, really good. More cage traps going in. Whoa, here we go. We've got another one coming in. So, the Forgotten Beast, Agua Dungujanoma, has come. A gigantic beakless fantail. It's a round shell and it undulates rhythmically. Its brown feathers are downy. Beware its deadly dust. Alright, so it sprays dust at things. The Forgotten Beasts will attack each other as well. So we now have a second Forgotten Beast that's come into the fortress. And this is interesting because potentially we could actually now make use of the traps that we have. So we now have some problems, again, that we have to now go and contend with. So we'll go and quickly press OK and then quickly pause, just so we can deal with this threat. So it may attack the invaders as well. That could be interesting. Let's just quickly go and see. These cage traps won't actually work against the Forgotten Beast. So like even if they're on top here, it's not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to get any assistance with that. But we've got a good grouping for the Undead out here. So we're almost completely done all of the trapping. In fact, that's the last one there. All right, we have 9 invaders and 11 hostiles. So this is now underground, and it's already here. So this is the next Forgotten Beast. Tough with low stamina. So a gigantic beakless fantail. It is a round shell and it undulates rhythmically. Its brown feathers are downy. Beware its deadly dust. So that is here. It's coming off the side. It will beeline for... That is open. I'm pretty sure these can't use the... I'm pretty sure they can't break through these areas anymore. But we now need to get everyone inside. So it's not too far away from the actual fortress itself. Where is it? It's just here. So we can move up across here, down into here. And we are trying to build this at this point in time. Then come up through this other side and then through this door. This door is a problem. If they're door smashers, it's been a bug for a long time that the door smashers, they're not door smashers anymore. If we could have the walls done, that would be one thing. But they could crawl over the top of it if it can climb. We don't know what its skill set is. In fact, we could probably find out what skills it actually has. Yeah, we don't know. No, we don't know anything. It's quite durable, but it's weak and very quick to tire. Okay, so we'll see what actually happens with it. What we want it to do is we want it to go in around and go in this way. Where is it? On the other side of the fortress. This one here. That's ideally where we want it to be. So we're going to leave that door open. I'm going to lock the other door here, but we're going to have to call everyone inside. So let's quickly go through our burrows again and just make sure that everything is established. So if we go to burrows, we do actually have access. We've got a part of the burrows in there. We'll just go and paint these. Just eradicate that. Not sure why I had that one going. So there's no burrows there. Burrows there is fine. Burrows in here is fine, and burrows in there is fine. So that's all good. So I just want to make doubly sure that when I tell everyone to come back inside, they come back in from in here. As we go up through the fortress, we'll just double check that everything else that we have is established. Yes, that one doesn't get impacted. This is just a staircase down. Actually, if we go back, we've got that one there. That thing goes down and then that goes across. Now we have that mine finishes there. This is safe. It doesn't go into anywhere that's bad. This is no longer required. Actually, we'll get rid of that because we don't need this area. That's not a useful area for us. So that all sort of works, and that doesn't really matter so much. In fact, I might as well just allow this to actually to go and grab, oops, the metals from in here. Just in case we need the to get hold of the tetrahedrite. I can sort of flood an area, but I'll just leave that where that is. That'll be okay. And then as we come back up through the fortress, that's okay. And then everything else should be okay here, I think. Yep, that's the useful zone in through there. And then back up into the actual fortress itself. One area that I don't want to have is this area through here. That's actually all okay. And then as we go back down to the second layer down through here, I want to make sure that none of that is, yeah, that's fine as well. All right, so we'll just go back up to the very, very top. So that is okay into there. And that's all we need. I think that's okay actually where we are. So so the burrow is fine. Let's activate the civilian alert again. Just this is a DFHack command. I mean the alerts themselves are active, but that's now going to tell everyone to come back inside. So if we go back and have another look at that's okay and that's okay. Let's just go back down the bottom of the fortress. So F8 and come back up to this zone. They should all be coming back inside. That forgotten beast, let's just get an idea of how fast it moves. It moves incredibly fast. Okay. As soon as everyone is back inside, we've got somebody down there. This is Atomic Ant. Hopefully not doing anything. Let's just see what's collecting sand. So it should come back inside here. That's Began. Where the hell is Atomic Ant? Better find Atomic Ant. I've lost sight. Moving through. Forgotten Beast is on its way, right there, so very, very close. Needs to, where are you heading? Okay, this will be through the door. Okay, that's the last one out, I think. If I lock this door, I think that stops the Forgotten Beast. I'm sort of hopeful that it is. What we might have to do here is put a block there as well. So let's just see if we can actually. I think that'll force it to go around the other side of the fortress now. So we'll watch it. So watch what it does. It may wander into here, but this is a bit of a problem if it can break through. I don't think they can break through doors anymore. Or it's been a bug for a long time. Let's see if we can build a block there. We actually have a limestone block just sitting right there. So we'll go and go to constructions and walls. Eventually they will fix this problem. Yeah, we've got copper bars Well, there's one right there. Let's just use a copper bar there. Here it comes. Now, if it can smash open here, we're in a mountain of trouble. It's just sitting there. So these used to be door smashers, but they're no at the moment they're not, and which is a bit of a shame because it just means all you have to do is lock the door and that's the end of them. What we could do would be to unlock. Now we have the other invaders still around here somewhere. Let's let that be the threat. Let's unlock this door for a second. Still got more of these happening as well. Where's that? Buzzard corpse. That's old. They're still outside. So they're killing off different things out that way. Vinyl rabbit. Okay, this thing has made it up into the top of the fortress. Like, it keeps on coming back to life. And the others just keep on killing it off. It's not really a big threat. We don't have to really worry about it too much. So I won't worry about it. We'll just let it continue on. Yeah, let's just go back down the bottom here again. You sort of dare not do anything around that particular beast until it's sort of, where is it? This layer? No, it's the layer above. So I've opened this door. So because we've got the closed burrow, the civilian alert, if I unlock it, they're going to then go outside through the other side, which I don't want that either. I have to go through this door here. I'm really wanting them to fix up what's happening. So they've still got access around. Here goes Ciscli. Forgotten beast is just sitting here. Oh, item inaccessible. That one's trying to get somebody into the tomb. Now that is Ciscli. I forget who this one was. I'm just going to lock that one off for now. Let's not worry about it. Is it a dwarf? Yeah, dwarf. It's not one of ours. No one that we know, but they're trying to sort of put it down and collect it for placing it here. But we're not allowing anyone else to go outside here just yet. All right, we'll just continue with those. They should be able to sort of find their way through. Like that forgotten beast down the bottom there should actually know the way in. It's got an open door around the other side. You can imagine how dangerous this would be if they could smash open doors. Yep, so polite monster waiting for you to open the door. It is indeed. as soon as I open the door, it's basically if I unlock the door, it'll be straight through. I thought it may have tried to make its way through here. I'm going to lock that door again. But we've got to be careful. Really can't afford to allow things to, you know, we have to be secure with this. So it's right near where all these things are. We've got another petition here. Monin. No, I'm going to deny that. Got it more than enough. Yeah, so there's still more going on. Again, just dealing with the corpses. Oh, here we go, saving game. So we've now got the new season, so we're now into winter. Just let it save away. So we've now sort of discovered most of the areas down in here because of the humans that we actually have raging, looking for beasts. Winter is upon us. Still corpses and things coming through. So mutilated corpse. So where are we? This is the bottom area. This is the access that they actually have. So yeah, those forgotten beasts, unfortunately. Dealing with this one here. What we might be better off, just again for future safety, is to have the access from this level, or even from the level above. From this level here, I think. Yeah, let's build it from here. So we'll just start to mine another zone. Oh, actually, that's not really needed. I'll have a little room in here. Just a little 4x4. To go further. Doesn't want to quite do it. So we have to get past there. We have to get over to here somewhere. So that there will do. Yep, that'll do. So we'll do a staircase from there up to there. And then just across to there. Just make sure that that's covered by our burrow. And then this here will then end up needing to open this area up ultimately, but not yet, of course, because the Forgotten Beast is right there. So we just need to dig out and across and just get it ready for the for exit. So it tracked the dwarves. It could sense the dwarves going into this door, but didn't actually sort of do anything with it. I'll make that a top priority to get that one established. So the block that's in the way is the problem. We'll resume construction. But this block here is probably, there is another block right there, limestone block. And it's been designated, so somebody else is coming to grab it. Just wait until somebody else comes and grabs that one. Yeah, it's a shame that the that these aren't, you know, furniture smashers anymore. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's on the move. It's found it. It's found its next target. It's actually in the air. So I think it flies. Well, let's watch and see what happens. Is this Ciscli? Yes, it is. Hey, just wandering in, seeing what's going on. This could be really interesting, actually. So the Forgotten Beast has either crawled or flown up through here. I think it's flying. Yeah, it's got brown feathers and stuff, so I'm assuming it can actually fly. Now, with what we're doing down there, that's all okay. Let's just go and watch what actually happens through here. So with the Forgotten Beast, it's flying over. Yep, it can't fly. It's now down on the ground, so it's now on the same level as Ciscli. Ciscli is poor social awareness, self-control, thoughtless, fearful, not greedy, artistically inclined. So she is... let's have a look and see what actually happens with her, because this will probably have to get going pretty soon after this, I think. But we'll just continue on. Health-wise, description. So she is her hair is extremely long. She's very skinny. Her somewhat short ears are splayed out. She has a narrow chin. Her nose is upturned. Her dark brown eyes are slightly protruding. Her head is somewhat narrow. Her hair is dark tan. Her skin is copper. So that's Ciscli. Ciscli Moist Convent. So we'll see what actually happens with her. She is flimsy. We can sort of see through there as well with the health. Slow to tire, but she is flimsy. So, and she's not really all that well decked out. So she's got a silver great axe, copper shield. So she's got a large wool sheep, a large long sheep wool skirt, large iron chain leggings as well underneath the skirt. She's got a large rope tunic as well over the top, along with a mail shirt, iron helmet. So yeah, not all that well decked out. She does have iron high boots, so she's reasonably well protected. We'll see what happens, but this dust is going to be interesting. The Forgotten Beast is now spraying the dust, and so what we may find here is this is a frozen extract. So this one freezes things. It can even freeze itself. So if you have a look at the actual the health of the Forgotten Beast and look at the description, there's nothing else happening through there. They can be susceptible to their own attacks. Dust is now blowing out everywhere. Flying yet again. Let's keep it going. I'm trying to move away from its dust. The dust has now hit Ciscli. Coating of the dust is now all over the place. So yeah, even in the teeth. So she's now been caught in the actual dust itself. And if we look at health, description, we're not seeing anything else there yet. So, but it's freezing dust. It can do practically nothing as well. You just don't know. Let's keep it going. The Forgotten Beast also has to try to get out of the way here. Ciscli is still healthy, so he's annoyed after choking on dust underground. So she was choking in it. She's now crawling up the to try to get away from the dust. So she is now up on the same level, but you can see there that, like, the little blue up arrows means that she's actually crawling in through there. It's still not a fight yet, but it's more just the health. If we have a look and see what the description actually is, and it could be actually we won't know until she gets history brought to rest in bed. So Valasar, hang on, 30th of Sandstone, 301, brought to rest in bed. I'm not sure what that is. Valasar. Is Valasar one that we had killed? I think Valasar. Oh, there we go. Valasar's okay. I'm not sure what happened there. It's like it sort of dragged it inside from someone sort of attack from outside. But actually, have a look at Valasar's history, just to try to figure out what's going on here. There's no history. Yeah, there's nothing much there. Oh, hang on. So I didn't feel anything after seeing the dead body. After seeing it, yeah, okay. It's seeing the undead, of course, around the place. Let's just go down to the actual fight. So F8, and so this is Ciscli again. We'll just watch what actually happens here, because this could be a fairly interesting fight. So flying. This one's climbing up the microline wall. It's going back down again. The dust is now settling. Moving back away, is climbing away again from the dust. Now moving around. Here comes more dust. Run away from the dust. Oh, it's flown straight across the top here. So Ciscli is still healthy. Again, we're not really looking at any problems there. It's going off. It's wanting to get inside to eat. That's actually what the mission is, to eat something. Do you have anything in your backpack? Doesn't even have a backpack. Yeah, so it's all over. The dust is everywhere. Another big spray of dust. Crawling away again. The Forgotten Beast isn't coming in close to attack at this stage. Oh, here we go. It almost did. Now we actually have the fighting. So let's have a look and see what actually is going on from Ciscli's perspective. Or from maybe even from the Forgotten Beast's perspective. So so the human axeman misses the Forgotten Beast. The Forgotten Beast misses the human axeman. That's what just happened through there. Forgotten Beast is caught in a cloud of its own frozen extract. Back in through this other side. And Ciscli, again. We can sort of see, this is again with the caves full of mutilated corpses. Back in through there. And then they've got the Forgotten Beast. And then again caught in the Forgotten extract in through that side. So a sort of frozen extract. Let's keep on going. The fight is on. More dust, and now we're going to have more. Okay, breathes a cloud of forgotten, so it breathes it out, and then it gets caught in its own dust extract again. Ciscli is... yep, that's all it is. So this will then be covered in dust. Let's just go back up this other layer. Right on top, so they're above each other. In fact, Ciscli is underneath here. Yep, annoyed after choking on dust underground again, so let's just keep it going. Running away, the Forgotten Beast is back over through here. Really caught up in it now. It's now crawled up above the Forgotten Beast. So, I was attacked. Forgotten Beast attacks, but she jumps away again. And so she can jump onto the side through here. It's caught in a cloud of the extract again. The Forgotten Beast strikes a human axeman, but the shot is blocked with the copper shield. This is a good sign. It means that the Forgotten Beast may not be all that powerful. Let's just keep it going. Still crawling. They're both down on the ground now, in amongst the dust. Another spray of dust. Both crawling up through here. Let's just watch and see. The dust is sort of making it hard for both of them to fight. Yeah, we've got some stuff happening. Okay, it's Buzzard Corpse. This is old. Misses the human axeman. Yeah, caught in the dust. Yeah, misses the axeman all the time. Alright, let's see what happens here. Now we saw there was another... yeah, it's actually been hit straight away now. So now we actually have pretty big problems. So Forgotten Beast misses the human axeman. The axeman is caught in the burst of the frozen extract. The Forgotten Beast bites the human axeman in the left hand, bruising the muscle through the gauntlet. It bends the left wrist and the part splits in gore. So this is now the left wrist, which and the human axeman now loses hold of the silver great axe. This won't last very long. So let's keep it going. You should see blood fairly soon. She's on the ground there for a second. There goes the shield as well. So it's going to be very, very fast. So you definitely don't want to be fighting this thing. Let's have a look at the perspective from this. So, yep, so it attacks the human axeman, but she jumps away, misses the human axeman, charges the human axeman, collides, and the human axeman is knocked over. It's caught in its own extract again. Bites the human axeman in the nose, and the injured part collapses, so basically bitten her nose off. The force pulls the head, tearing apart the fat and bruising the muscle and the upper spine. Turning the upper spine has been torn. The Forgotten Beast grabs the human axeman by the fifth toe right foot with its left wing. Okay, so that's where we are. I can actually press I can see what goes on through here. The Forgotten Beast releases the grip, back and through there, grabs the human axeman. We can just do it bit by bit through here. Releases the grip again. It's caught in a cloud of the extract again. Maybe we'll do it from the perspective of Ciscli, because Ciscli has now dropped everything. Stunned and winded is what we actually have. And if we have a look at the health and the description, cannot breathe, winded, ability to stand has been lost, and grasp has been lost. So her nose is mangled beyond recognition, her head is torn open, her head is bruised, her left hand is bruised, her left wrist is mangled beyond recognition. So we're not seeing the damage done to her spine there, but we can just go back up into here now and just watch what actually does happen. So she did, yeah, so the spine is damaged, and she then loses hold of the copper shield and she falls over. So at that point she's like basically her spine has been damaged, so so she's in trouble. Let's see what else happens here. So human axeman is caught in a burst of the extract again, grabs the human axeman in the left lower arm with its left wing, so it's caught in through there. The Forgotten Beast grabs the human axeman by the head with its left wing, but the human axeman is no longer stunned. It releases the grip on the axeman's head. So grabs the human axeman by the left ear. It's caught again in the extract. Really can't fight back at this stage. Bites the human axeman in the left cheek, and the injured part explodes into gore. Forgotten Beast jumps out of the human axeman's flight path. So now the flight path, this has actually been... This means that she's been thrown. Let's have a look and see what has happened here. So Ciscli is there, but see how it's got up arrows? It shows that I think she's being thrown against this rock face here, potentially, or even against one of these. Let's just keep on having a bit of a look and see. So she's now got fever. So the dust is now causing fever. If we go back to health, cannot breathe, bleeding, winded. Yeah, head is torn open, her head is bruised, left cheek is mangled beyond recognition, is oozing her blood. So she's in a bad way here. So Ciscli, the monster hunter. We might have her just watch and see if she ends up moving. No, the shield has gone again. So she's dropped the shield. Let's just keep on going this way. So, yep, slams into an obstacle at that point. So she, Forgotten Beast jumps out of the human axeman's flight path. The Forgotten Beast kicks the human axeman in the left foot, bruising the muscle, and the human axeman then slams into one of the rock walls. That's going to cause other problems. It's caught in more of the extract. Let's just keep it going. Forgotten Beast grabs the human axeman in the upper body. It's going to be over pretty quickly, I think. Forgotten Beast bites the human axeman in the lower front teeth, and the severed part sails off in an arc. So again, we should see teeth all over the place at some point. Yeah, still cannot breathe. Yeah, her lower front teeth are gone. Okay, so it's not all of her teeth, just every single tooth is modelled in this game, by the way. So I'll just go back to Ciscli again. And it sails off in an arc. Releases the grip of the Forgotten Beast releases the upper body, bites the human axeman in the left ear, and that explodes into Gore. So the bite is very, very dangerous. Lower right wing. Okay, we've got these in through here. Kicks the human axeman in the left upper leg. Okay, so the Forgotten Beast kicks the human axeman in the left back teeth, and the severed part sails off as well. So Forgotten Beast kicks the human axeman again, and in the left foot, and it collapses. So she's really in a lot of trouble now. Again, slamming into obstacles. Just see where she ends up. So she has now been smashed across into this rock wall, and she's on the ground. Her teeth are all over the place. So a lot of bad things happening. So Began saying, imagine Peter Jackson making a movie based on DasTactic's Dwarf Fortress campaign. These fights would be incredible. Yeah, well, she's in a lot of trouble. I could do a little illustration at the end of this, actually, just to finish it off, just do something fast. So, because I love these. I love the stuff that comes through with the visuals. So she's lost all of her equipment. What does she have? She's now got heavy bleeding. She's stunned and winded. She's she's lost hold of everything health-wise. Cannot grasp, cannot stand. We don't see wounds because they're not evaluated. So she really is in a lot of trouble here. So if we just go back into her perspective again. So when they get pushed into these obstacles, it can cause massive damage as well, like internally into them. So when you see anything that's been slammed into an obstacle, it can kill them. So the human axeman's lower leg takes the full force of the impact. That's the impact of being slammed, but it's deflected by the iron boots. The iron boots saved the axeman there. Let's keep it going. So the human axeman misses. Okay, it did actually fight back. Maybe sort of lashed out with a mangled hand or something like that. So it's now got the human axeman's right hip is now being gripped, and it's going to throw it again, I think. Yep, a ligament in the right hip has been torn and tendon has been torn. So bends the human's leg. So this is a massive creature. Axeman misses the Forgotten Beast. Forgotten Beast releases the joint lock of the wing on the upper leg, and we're sailing through the air again. Axeman is caught in a burst of the extract again. Grabs the human axeman, by the rope glove. Misses again. It's being just tossed around all over the place. Grabs the human axeman there. Misses. Grabs the human axeman again by the upper leg. So just throwing it around in amongst the rocks. Okay, so again, the upper leg, the left hip collapses, so really it's in a lot of problem through here. It's still flailing out at the beast, so it hasn't given away to it just yet. Have a bit of a look at just what's going through there. It misses it again. Now there's still more. Yeah, it's been slammed again into a. So it grabs a human axeman by the skirt with its left wing, but the attack glances away. But it does actually push the axeman again back into another obstacle. So we're still back in through here, where they're both fighting on the ground. Ciscli is on the ground here. So and then the Forgotten Beast is. If we have a quick look at, actually, well, that's Ciscli. We'll just have a look at it from Ciscli's perspective yet again. Latches on firmly, so an artery's been opened up in the attack because of the in the upper leg. It's caught in more of the extract. Kicks the human axeman in the upper body, and the injured part explodes into gore. So that's actually not good, obviously. So that's going to be like a smash into the chest. Artery's been opened up in the attack. That should be. Now Ciscli is back over through here. Where is the Forgotten Beast? Is way over here. So it's flown across the top. So Ciscli is right there. Why can't we grab that? There was a tooth in the way. That is the actual back teeth. Funny, I can't grab her. Oh, actually, this one has been seriously injured. Let's have a look and see what the health problems actually are. Description. The shell has been torn open somehow. Now that may be, if we have a quick look and see what's happened in through there, it may have also been smashed into things. Yeah, Ciscli did fight back a little bit in this case. So we can see if there's any other. This is the whole fight that they actually did. So it's mainly, there's one attack that goes in after the teeth have been knocked out. Ciscli's, yeah, okay, Ciscli's lower front tooth strikes. So it's been hit so hard that the tooth actually ends up striking the shell, but it glances away. And the front tooth strikes in the head. It glances away, but the force actually twists its neck for some reason. So these must have been absolute bullets, these actual teeth. Ciscli's lower front tooth strikes a Forgotten Beast in the upper body, but it glances away. The copper shield, this is the copper shield. It's the copper shield strikes a Forgotten Beast in the shell, fracturing it. So this is actually where the Forgotten Beast kicks the human axeman in the left hand, the left foot, injured part collapses into a lump of gore. At that point, Ciscli then drops the shield, or the shield is kicked out of her hands. It's probably ricocheted off something and actually hit the Forgotten Beast in the shell, fracturing the shell. The silver great axe strikes the Forgotten Beast in the right upper leg, bruising the fat. And so it's actually where, like, it's not Ciscli that's done the damage, it's the Forgotten Beast has actually somehow, through flailing around, has actually pushed these weapons to the point where it's actually hit itself again. Because there's nothing else, we don't see that from Ciscli's perspective. So it's the actual shield and the axe that has been knocked out of her hand that is actually now that is everywhere, and that happened a long time back. Like if we go back to Ciscli again and have a look to see if we can grab hold of Ciscli. That's the teeth. Just can't get hold of Ciscli herself. Let's just keep it going forward a little bit. Ah, oh, she's dead, that's why. So Ciscli, so that's the end of Ciscli through there. So she is dead. The Forgotten Beast is still flying around. There are teeth and things still up in the air here as well. So it says seriously injured, but I don't think it really is that much, to be honest. Health-wise, description. Its upper leg is bruised by the axe, and its shell is fractured. shell is torn open. So the shield actually hit this thing we saw it, the shield sort of flying around all over the place. If we have a look down in through here, what have we got? Where is the shield? I don't think we're going to find the shield anywhere. There's no shield stuck in it or anything like that. There's nothing above that. There's the corpses there. It's like it's disintegrated. This dust may do a lot more damage than we think. I mean, we don't know. Let's just unpause it for a second. Oh, there it is. I just saw it again. Go to the bottom here. Yes, that's the human axeman through there. So it's just caught in its own dust. It's just trying to get away from the dust. But I'm sure I saw more of the weapons flailing around all over the place. That's now gone. Where the hell is the weapons? For whatever reason, the shield and the axe have gone. Not seeing it anywhere else. It's not like it sort of ended up miles away from anywhere. That's now moved out. It's now coming back up again. Maybe trying to get around here. Or will it go back to where it's comfortable, which is... Actually, we need to put another hatch cover there, so we'll just go and do this. So if we go across into doors and hatches, so we've got that forgotten beast. This one's still flying. It's on a mission. You can fly over the top of this. We did leave... No, that door's locked. That door's locked. No, it's gone back to here again. So this is where it's interested. Somebody should be coming to pick up this limestone block for whatever... Oh, you know what that is? That's because this is being used to build the wall, but then the wall was cancelled. So if I get that block and forbid it, and then unforbid it, it will no longer be in use. And then I can come back down and resume the construction there. And I will build another block in here, I think. Oh, maybe not, because I still want to get access into that area. I'll just leave that one where that is. This one is, so Ciscli is gone. Yep, so we can get rid of that. So yeah, Ciscli cancels eating, interrupted by a forgotten beast. That didn't go well. So yeah, so the citizen saying, "Oh dang, the forgotten beast is killing itself." Well, just through that, through throwing the equipment around, we've got all that stuff now. We've got 9 hostiles left. We've still got that one. Still got all of these. They haven't moved off from that location. That's the zombie horse. Still got a zombie down below. Zombies there. Forgotten beast. Another zombie at the top there. And back to there. So I think we're actually okay. Everyone is accounted for. So the 2 forgotten beasts are close to each other. But yeah, it'll go off again if another one of the units moves outside close to it. So we'll see what actually happens there. There's a few ways down that that these can go. All right, let's continue on. very, very slightly. There we are. That's now been blocked off. Now that sort of means that there's no way through for the Forgotten Beast. So it's now moving off and flying across to possibly go to the other location here. Now we do actually have, where's those invaders? There's still one, yeah, there's one flying around over the top of the area. Let's just see what actually happens here. By blocking it off that way, we've actually now forced its hand. Let's just go back. We'll just watch a little bit more of this Forgotten Beast. Where are you? Where's it going to go? To be very... Oh no, it's still blocked there. Okay, it's still locked. Yeah, it's come into here, so it's actually just landed on top. I will actually block this as well, just so that we actually force it to go off and do other things. It's trying to get through here because it knows in its coding, this is outside of the game, it knows that it's supposed to be able to smash open doors because that's what they do. But there's a bug in the game. It's been a bug ever since this version of the game released, like well and truly a year and a half ago now, I guess. That it just can't. They can't break open locked doors. So if I block it off here, it will then know that there's no actual physical way through for it. So I will go and do that with this copper bar. So we'll just go across and go to constructions, walls. Yeah, we've got the copper bar right there. And we'll make that a... Actually, now it's moving off. It's now flying. So it's not in the lava, but it's on the same level as the lava. Flying up above. There's the... where's the other one? There it is there. That should be where it's going, I think. I don't think there's anywhere else that can... Oh, here we go. Yeah, so we've got the blowgunner. So the Cave Swallow blowgunner is fighting, and the Forgotten Beast is fighting. So they're both flying. Let's have a look and see what happens from this perspective. The flying blow dart strikes the Forgotten Beast in the tail, denting the skin and bruising the muscles. So it does take a bit of damage. But I have run out of time, guys, so I'm going to actually leave it here, where we have our Forgotten Beast on the outside, attacking now the invaders, which could be fun. So we'll sort of watch what happens here. They're going to be fighting above the lava. So at least when the bird dies, it won't be coming back here, pretty much. That was pretty cool. I'm thinking, I really feel like drawing Ciscli, Moist Convent, in her attack. I think that'd be fun. I think of doing it live, but I think I'll actually just, if I get inspired during the day, I'll do one just for next week. So anyway, cliffhangers yet again. Yes, so another Forgotten Beast, now a flying Forgotten Beast attacking the invaders. Yes, you did say you posted the Field of Glory. I haven't yet. No, I've got it. I was going to do that yesterday and I forgot about it. I've got to put out Fortress Friday today, so I'm going to be putting that one onto YouTube. So tomorrow, I think, is when I'll actually have the other one scheduled. So I just haven't uploaded it to YouTube yet. It's so annoying now. It's actually quite cumbersome getting stuff ready for YouTube. Unfortunately, they're making it very, very difficult just to post lots and lots of content. I like recording it and all that sort of stuff. I just don't like doing the YouTube part of it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching. And again, if you are watching this on YouTube, this will be a week later than when it's actually recorded here on Twitch. But I'll catch you guys next week. No doubt I'll be still doing different things on both YouTube and Twitch during the coming week. I'll catch you then. Thanks for watching.